Good morning, America. Good afternoon, Europe and Africa. Good evening, Asia and Australia. I am glad to welcome you back at the Unicorn.Conf Finals Part 2. We are broadcasting live to the whole world. You will see links in the chat. My name is Anna Fedorova, and I'm CEO of the Unicorn Cup and Chief Partnership Officer of Startup Network, who is the organizer of this truly extraordinary, the world's largest startup pitch contest in 2020 by geography and the number of the events held already. Please meet our global ecosystem, the whole world of opportunities for everyone, Startup Network. Can I have video, please? Thank you very much. And let's move on. I would like to welcome you, every one of you, here at our great event. Amazing startups, great expert board, our judges, famous business angels, esteemed guests from all over the world. Finally, we have all gathered together after going over a huge number of startup applications on 5 continents. After 3 months and 20 preliminary unicorn battles done, our famous expert board had selected the best startups in health tech, fintech, AI, and other industries that we combined together into general unicorn battle. Today, you will see the best startups pitch live. 23 startups presenting 22 countries of the world, winners of our season vertical of unicorn battles, will compete to get the highest scores from our juries to be named the winner of the Unicorn Cup. The winner in each category will also be selected according to the jury's votes online at the end of the day today, just in 4 hours. Please stay with us. Besides startups pitching live, you can see extraordinary innovative solutions presented by international startups in our expo. Please visit the event page and stay tuned during our break to meet these great entrepreneurs. We are very grateful to our sponsors, Network VC California Seed Fund, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, and Sci-Fi. Thank you very, very much. Please also meet our partners who were so helpful during the whole season and also helped us really, really great promoting this great finale. Startups will pitch divided into Group A and Group B. Group A, health tech and fintech startups, followed by the Group B, AI and general category. Please meet our judges. I'm so glad you are here with us today. More judges will be joining us as the sun goes up in the countries where they are right now. Thank you so much for staying with us. Please take your time to vote for startups. We really need help to select who the best startup is today. That is all from my side. And let me present the hosts for today, part 1, Maria and Julia, who are our great event managers for North America and Latin America. The stage is yours, and let the battle begin.
Thank you so much, Anna. This is pretty exciting. Again, one of the, I would say, the most pinnacle of our season this time is happening just today, right now. Unicorn Cup Finals is fall 2020 is happening right now. For all of those who have already joined, for all of those who have pitched already, there is like a lot of things still happening today. So please stay tuned. We're also will be asking right now our expert board, first of all, be attentive, be active again, still have a lot of energy to evaluate, because for the second time, our startups who will be like at the next, our next batch, but this time is also very important for us, for me, Julia, Anna, Alexander, for all of us. So please, I would also right now would like to ask our startups, be very attentive and welcome our expert jury. And right now, especially our CEO of Startup Network, Alexander Soroka. Alexander, how do you do today? How do you feel? Because this is like really exciting, and at the same time, I would say really, for me, I'm filled with energy, anticipation, and a lot of very mixed emotions, but really pleasant one. How do you do?
Hello, Maria. Hello again. Yes, I'm really also excited because I'm for the second time to take participation in the final, because it was a final on Asian time and now it's US time. So great. I'm glad that you are so excited, and let's start the event.
Let's start. Please, our expert jury, tell us who would like to share their as well emotions. First of all, again, tell us about your VC. what you're interested. Maybe if you insights from today already, because you have already seen some startups pitch without the names, but your emotions, your feedback, please do. Who would like to be the next one? Just be active. Sudhir, I can see from your eyes that probably that you would like to start. Aldo,
Yeah, absolutely, Maria. Thank you very much, and I'm so excited to be here for the second Unicorn finals that we have had. Great startups all the time. So I'm Sudhir Kadam, venture partner at FIDA Growth Partners, based in the Silicon Valley. We have a portfolio of companies that comprise B2B frontier tech startups in AI, NLP, AR, VR, computer vision, IoT, robotics, wellness technology, autonomous enterprises, and so on. Okay, my role at FIDA is a venture building to put startups with early adoption on right go-to-market path and provide market access for growth and scale. We are very different from the typical venture funds because we come into a startup which has early traction and provide them a two-tranche funding of 5 million, 1 million plus 4 million, over a well-decided plan. And we help the startups to achieve those milestones and get those valuations for the next round or for an exit. We are very exit focused. So we are always looking for companies with early adoption, product market fit, and who are on a path of repeatable traction. I wish every founder all the very best and look forward to connecting with some of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Who would like to be among our jury, the next one? Tell again about your VC fund, about your industry you're interested in. Aldo, yes, please do.
Yes, I came early in the morning. I saw most of you, and I am again watching you because it's very important to take the decision. All of you are amazing. As Maria said, be more energetic and show us the best from your startup, your fintech, your health tech, because it is very important to. This is a special day for everybody. This is the final. So it's like the World Cup. So good luck, and for sure, one of you will win. That's true.
Definitely.
Cheers.
But at the same time, I think that we have already here winners, really great startups from all over the world, as well as Anna also said. Please, jury, share with us again. Maybe don't name any startups, but still tell about your VC industry. Why, for example, you're so excited for health tech and fintech, for example. Who would like to jump in? Sorry? Boss, maybe you would like to proceed. Or in any case, here is no pressure. Anyone from our judges who would like to express?
Yeah, I was muted. Sorry, I can do it.
Okay, sure.
Okay, and here's the video. Hi, everyone. So happy to be here at this, I would say, absolutely top event now with the global energy flowing among the potential future unicorns. My name is Bas Gotska. I'm the general partner of Acrobator Ventures. I'm a digital Dutchman living in Ukraine and Amsterdam. I used to be a chief marketing officer for a lot of blue chip companies like Last Minute and Orbitz and Ozon, Copy VIP, Rocket Internet. And at some point I turned entrepreneur and I built the market leader in Russia and in travel, Travelata, and with 250,000 clients. And that know-how combined as a consultant, entrepreneur, as an executive, all formed the logic of investing in angel startups as an angel. I did about 20 of those, and that formed a fund in the end, and now our second fund. And the credibility came from when TechCrunch and Crunchbase said I was the #1 angel in the CIS and in the Benelux. And so now we have an entrepreneurial operator-led fund. The second fund is closing soon. And I would like to ask you, what do unicorns like WhatsApp, Skype, Revolut, PayPal, Telegram, TransferWise, Miro, and Google have in common? Russian-speaking founders. So once I figured that out, we said our fund is going to invest only in Russian-speaking and Dutch-speaking founders, but worldwide. Doesn't matter whether you're in Berlin or New York. So we're unique because of 4 elements, very briefly. One is that we're the only really Western pre-seed and until late seed fund active on the ground in Benelux and the CIS countries, and already since 2010. We have the inside track, large global founder network with about 1,500 referrals per year. We're the first in the world growth hack fund. We really help founders grow in their marketing, but we also have PhD AI people on board as venture partners for the tech and for finance. We have a proprietary formula called Cash Cow Bomber that generated over $2 billion in sales for over 100 companies. And we have VC access. We have a great bridge from the east to the west with an arbitrage opportunity because we have had partners, global tier 1 VC access as Iconic, Accel, and Insight partners, and EBRD, Techstars, Skydeck. They have invested over $170 million in our startups. And the companies that we have joined in the portfolio over nearly $4 billion. And one of the unicorns is Miro.com from the Ural Mountains, now proudly based in Amsterdam and San Francisco. But also scale-ups like Harvard, Piano, market leaders, the Choco family, and Zakaz and Travelata. We're a general fund. We're almost fully sector agnostic. We don't do crypto, we don't do biotech, we don't do IoT, and we don't do adult. We're very diversity driven. 50% of our founders is female. We're very happy with that. It's maybe going to be down a little bit, but so far so good. And in spite of COVID, they're doing great. And we have checks from 500 to up to 500,000 initially, and then up to 1.5 million, 2 million as follow-ons. So inviting founders that match our criteria to definitely reach out. And as we're fundraising, guys, girls, do co-invest with us.
Thank you, Bas. Really exciting. I can see that Pretty has joined us already, and I think that she has also a lot to share with us right now. Am I right, Pretty? In that case, for example, we still have, because some of our judges are joining us like throughout our battle right now, I think that now Anna, we could go for the time being to start pitching, and later on we'll still go back to introducing our judges. How does it sound? Let me, in that case, once again, I'll give now the floor to my colleague, Julia, because right now she will help the startups to, first of all, she present the startups and help you to count the time. So Julia, the floor is yours. A lot of excitement is ahead. So join us, please.
Thank you, Maria. I'm very, very glad to see everybody today. And finally, this exciting moment has come and we can start the pitch competition of our amazing startups. It was really great and productive season. And today all startups will compete for the first place in our battle. So I believe everybody will enjoy this time. And please welcome our first participant is this startup iPad that from the fintech industry, and this startup is from France. Please, iPad that.
Yeah, sorry, I'm starting the video.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Can you share your presentation with us, please?
Yeah. So can everybody see the presentation?
Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Sébastien Kless. I'm CEO and co-founder of iPadzat, a company from France. At iPadzat, we realized that when you manage your finances in a company, you have two concepts. You have the concept of invoice in one side, and you have the concept of bank transactions in the other side. And usually these two concepts are dealt separately, and you are missing some information along the line. For example, if you are going to store your invoices in a Dropbox to send it to your accountant at the end of the year, you don't know if you have any duplicates in that folder, or you don't know if maybe you miss some of the invoices, and you're going to know that only at the end of the year. So to fix that, we created. Sorry, I can change. Yeah. So we created iPadzat, and the goal of our solution is to merge these two concepts together and to compare all your invoices with all your bank transactions in real time in order to generate useful reports like missing invoices, duplicates, debt, and receivables. How does it work? First, we have a part that we call the collect part that will help you aggregate all your suppliers' invoices in one place. You will connect your mailbox, your suppliers' websites, and we are going to retrieve all the invoices automatically. Second part is to deal with all the paper invoice and ticket and receipts. So it's a web application that you install on your phone, and you can take pictures of your tickets to add them in the solution. All this information are going to be analyzed, and we are going to extract amounts, dates, taxes, and every information we can pull from the invoices. And this is where the magic operates. We are going to compare all these invoices in real time with your bank transactions, and we are going to tell you in real time what you can know from that. For example, you have a bank transaction without invoice in front of it, and we realized by analyzing everything that usually there is one. We are going to tell you this invoice is missing, and you know that in real time, and you can prepare your accounting easily. So we are a French company. Most of our clients are from France, but we have some from Italy and Germany at the moment, and in Spain. We were incorporated in 2017. Since then, we grew about ×3 every year, and we're expecting to do 1 million revenues this year in 2020, despite the COVID crisis. And we have about 2,000 customers at the moment. We are 3 founders, and during those years, we had the chance to build a strong team to work with. Thank you very much for listening to me. We are going to do a Series A round in 2021 in order to expand in Europe and to hire more engineers to build faster build our products. So if you are interested, you can contact me on my LinkedIn. Thank you.
Thank you, Sebastian, for your presentation. And now we go to the questions from our judges. Please share with us your questions.
Hi, Sebastian. This is Subrata here from India. Just wanted to check with you. Let's say if I have eaten in a restaurant and it consists of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drink, can your program, can your AI actually separate them out?
For the tax rates, for instance, on the ticket?
Yeah, for the restaurant bill, food bill, it has got alcoholic as well as non-alcoholic content.
Yeah. So in France, when you take a receipt in picture, you have different tax rates from whatever you are going to take, and we extract is difference. Yes, that's the question.
It's basically based on the tax rate, right? But if the tax rate is similar or same, then it cannot.
It depends how
if I had a glass of beer versus just a glass of juice or something, how do you sort of separate them out? Because it's very important, you have to kind of.
I'm not sure to understand the question, maybe because it doesn't work like that in France, and the tool is built for French customers at the moment. And when we scan receipts, we are only interested in the total amount of what you have inside. And maybe the different tax rates that are going to be listed inside, but we don't separate every items in the receipt.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Hi, nice name you have. I have the same, so that's a nice connection. I wanted to know if you could outline a little bit how you're getting your lead generation, what your customer acquisition cost is, what's your outreach approach? Basically, how are you getting the growth?
Right now, it's mostly online growth. So it's SEO and paid ads. And we also have a little bit of offline growth based on the accountants of our clients. So when we have a client, what we do is that we ask him to invite his accountant into the platform, and then we call the accountant and we try to convert him into using the solution for his other clients. So this is the offline part. So it's a mix of the two that work together.
Thank you. Could you maybe share something about the customer acquisition cost in your online channel? Whether that's what's the versus the lifetime value? Is it healthy, or are you still building towards profitability there?
It's healthy. It's we are more relying on the SEO than on the paid ads. Right now, our customers' average revenue per year is about 700 euros. So, and we have basically acquisition per customer on the paid ads alone is about this amount, 700, 800. So in 1 year, it's starting to make us revenue. But this is expensive. So, but it works together with the SEO, and one customer also get us more from the accountants. So the average of everything is about 200 to 300. So in basically 4 months, we start making profit out of a customer.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Thank you.
We should go ahead to the next participant. So please welcome the representative of FinTech area, the startup MoneyVerbs, which is located in the USA.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to today. I'm really excited to share this with you. My name is Isaiah Goodman. I put my contact information for all the wonderful investors in the chat. I was a financial advisor for the last 9 years and kept hearing over and over again, I'm no good at money. I don't know what to do. And of course, I wish they would have taught us about money in school. Let me tell you about one of my buddies, Sam. He was 24, had no budget, no savings, and just horrible credit. And in working together, we were able to get his credit score from about 500 to 750. He's engaged, they're buying a house. I mean, really just the American dream success story. And what I found is that without knowing what to do, he probably wouldn't have been very successful. And that's typical American story. We know that about 40% of student loans are set to default in the next couple of years. The average family has about $1,300 in credit card interest per year. And 61% of those surveyed said that they couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency if something came up. Well, let's welcome MoneyVerbs, where you can experience money differently. Now, here's the thing. We know that most people learn about money through experience, which means they messed up. We wanted to get ahead of that. Just like you would practice an instrument or a sport, we want you to be able to get that experience before it costs you real dollars. So it's kind of like driver's ed for personal finance. We want you to get the practice, get the skills before you get on the real road. What's great about it is it's very immersive. It's based on case studies, challenges, simulations. It's how people actually learn versus typical financial literacy is just all about reading. Our market is really, really neat. We know that there's about 4 million college graduates per year in the US, about 20 million college students. So that's our beachhead. That's the tip of the spear. Overall, though, our market is massive. 16 to 25-year-olds in Gen Z have about $143 in spending per year. Now, you must be wondering about competition. Why don't more people do this? Well, what we found is that the solutions are either really expensive or they're not very personalized, or for sure, they're not interactive. So we have this blue ocean strategy that really sets us apart. Now we're going to go to market in 3 ways to earn some revenue. Number 1 is going to be based on simulations. So again, a hypothetical driver's ed for money, challenges, cohorts, lessons, case studies. It'll be a freemium model with ads, sponsorships, and channel partners, and then a premium upgrade. Eventually, we see ourselves being a personal financial management system, and then down the road, potentially a super app with third-party mini apps where you could manage all of your insurance, investments, etc., within this one financial hub. Minority founders based here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and USA, with over a decade of experience in entrepreneurship, technology, and finance. We've got some really, really cool traction. We made it into Techstars and G Beta, so we're super excited about those accelerators. And we're going to have a big pre-order campaign here right at the beginning of the year. With the right amount of capital, we think we'll hit 2.4 million in revenue, 230,000 users, and our 9-to-1 LTV to CAC ratio sets us up for future success. Super excited to potentially partner with anybody out there. Thanks again for the opportunity to pitch in front of you today.
Perfect. Thank you a lot. So let's go to the questions. Dear judge, please.
Yeah, so great presentation, MoneyWebs, Isaiah. My question to you is, how do you gain the trust of your customers? Because, if they are going to put a lot of their financial applications in your
information.
hand.
Yeah, so our year one go-to-market is all about education and training. So we see the personal financial management system in years 2, 3, 4, and beyond. So that first year of really building trust through education and information.
So what is your market traction currently?
Right now we have over 3,000 downloads, 1,000 monthly active users, and we're just on our MVP. So we're pre-revenue and we're excited to grow from here.
Okay.
Anybody more wants to ask? Please.
Isaiah, this is Gaurav. Hi, Credit Karma, Mint, and many other personal finance software have been there, right? Plus all the micro lenders, P2P lenders that we have in US that have also started this educational initiative. How do you compete with this? Some of them that have gotten quite big and some of them that have already captured a quite of the market share for the college graduates or the ones that are going to graduate? What's the strategy over there?
Great question. What they're based on is information. You know, this is your credit score and here's how you might be able to improve it. You don't know what goes into it and how it works and how to carry on going forward. So what makes us different is we're based on Bloom's taxonomy, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and the hierarchy of competencies to go from basic recall of just information and facts up to analyzation, up to where somebody could create their own financial plan. So basically, I'm trying to eliminate my own job as a financial advisor.
Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. And we should go ahead. So please, if everybody else wants to ask some, feel free to chat in our Zoom chat here. And we go to the next participant, which is related to health tech area, is this startup called Naluri. And Naluri is from Malaysia. Please welcome.
Thanks so much. Just checking that everyone can hear me and see my slides.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect. So we're a digital therapeutics company based in Malaysia. My name is Aiden, and thanks so much for your time. Perhaps I'll just go ahead and begin straight away. So long before global pandemics dominated headlines, there existed another silent pandemic claiming tens of millions of lives a year. Chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease and diabetes affect over 1 billion individuals in Asia, causing an economic burden of over $100 billion a year. Now, coupled with medical inflation rates that are among the highest in the world, there now exists a tremendous irony for insurers and employers who are paying more and more each year for care, yet people are getting sicker and sicker. And while the existing healthcare model is effective at treating acute conditions, it is extremely ineffective at treating chronic conditions, which require long-term structured care. The existing healthcare model suffers from 3 key shortcomings. First, it is reactive and transactional, where patients seek care only really when they're sick. Secondly, increased specialization in the healthcare ecosystem means chronic disease patients typically do not get the multidisciplinary care they need. And finally, wellness programs tend to focus on activities rather than quantifiable health outcomes. And while the shift to telemedicine solves issues related to accessibility, it still does not solve these 3 key issues. At Naluri, we believe the future of chronic care management is a world where there is proactive and long-term structured care for patients that integrates both mental and physical health and focus on outcomes rather than activities. Holistic lifestyle modification has been proven to be extremely effective, but it is typically very expensive. Naluri solves this by digitizing the entire process to make chronic disease care as affordable as ever. Naluri's solution is a human-led, structured digital coaching program which instills healthy habits in individuals, leading to quantifiable health outcomes. And by shifting conversations to text-based chat, our coaches can now serve 10 times the number of patients than before, dramatically driving down the cost to serve. And in the back end, we use AI and machine learning to help coaches further personalize their coaching at scale. We are a B2B company, which helps employers screen and identify individuals who are at risk of chronic disease and intervene to get them healthy. The Nullery program has shown to be effective at improving health outcomes both in physical and mental health markers, reducing chronic disease risk and achieving an ROI of between 4 to 8 times. With this data, corporates are finally able to quantify health expenditure savings, and insurers can now reprice their risk. We started in Malaysia 2 years ago and have quickly expanded to Singapore and Indonesia, where we have partnered with our 4 key client groups: corporates, insurers, pharmaceutical companies, and healthcare providers. Having recently hit our $1 million ARR milestone, we expect to continue growing 3 to 4 times year on year. We've assembled an incredibly experienced team who have built and IPO'd companies in the past, worked for the top consulting firms in the world, such as McKinsey and Company, and who have deep experience in healthcare, psychology, and tech. Over the next year, we have ambitious plans to grow geographically and continue investing in building our IP. But most important of all is us staying true to our core goal, to help people achieve their healthiest and best selves. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Aidan. Thank you for the great pitch. And please, anybody has something to clarify or some questions?
Yeah, Aidan, great presentation. I love the story. Love your 4x, 3x growth and ARR, 1 million ARR. Awesome story. But what is your business model? Is it outcome based? It is subscription based? What is your business model?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So the idea is to slowly move towards a model that is outcomes based, right? You only pay us for any individual employee that gets healthy or reaches certain KPIs in terms of our healthcare program. However, most of the programs currently are fee for service because a lot of the kind of finance departments are saying it's really challenging to actually budget for outcomes-based programs because the variability is enormous. So for the most part, at the moment, we are doing fee for service. But I think the future model where we work, especially with like insurers, is, for every single person that we get healthy or who achieve clinically significant outcomes, then you pay us for kind of each individual that achieves that. So it's at the moment, sorry, just to clarify, it's per employee or per person per program model.
Right, but that is because the corporates are not yet ready to accept the outcome-based program. That's what I'm hearing. But if they are, then you are open to do an outcome-based program. Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. In fact, we have started to explore that model with a couple of our clients currently. Again, it depends on kind of how open they are to it, but we're open for both models.
Thank you.
And ultimately, that's where we want to get to, because then the incentives are aligned.
Great, thank you. Maybe anything else to define more exactly? No? Okay, if we have no questions more, so let's go to the next startup.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. The next startup is Selectivity. Selectivity is related to the health tech area, and this startup is from Argentina. Please, could you turn on your microphone?
Yes, I was mute. I'm sorry. It is the sentence of the year, that one. So can you see my screen right now? Full screen?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. Hello to everyone. I'm Jonathan Gobspoon, CEO at Selectivity, and today I want to introduce you a disease which is deeply affecting our society: infertility. Infertility is a disease at which couples struggle to conceive after 12 months of trying. A few years ago, the World Health Organization has recognized it as a public health problem because sperm count and ejaculation has fallen 52% during the last years, and it continues to decline, and also because its incidence has been increasing, leading to over 70 million couples affected nowadays. It means that 1 out of 5 couples in childbearing age are struggling to conceive, and among them, 3 out of 4 and around 50 million couples do not have access to treatment. So as human beings, we are losing our capability of reproduction. Infertility market is about 41 billion, and it's increasing each year due to the drivers that I've already explained to you. And we have calculated that with our technology, we can unlock a new home insemination market worth 5 billion, allowing the access to treatment for everyone. At Selectivity, we help to build families. By developing better, efficient, and cost-saving technology, bringing reproductive treatment to patients' homes, making them accessible for every couple in the whole world. Selectivity's solution is a sperm selection device which allows to auto-select the sperm. It is fast and it is simple because it doesn't need chemicals, centrifugation, or high-trained professionals, but the most important thing is that it is performable anywhere. The core of our technology is a biomimetic membrane for sperm selection, which is inside the product, and it allows to select the necessary quantity, take the healthiest spermatozoa, and taking care of the DNA of the cells. And the most important point here is that it is patented and registered. Complementary as well, we have developed an assisted insemination device, which allows to have a guidance introduction to cannula while being the procedure, and it could stream online this procedure, and it automatically recognizes the cervix. With both of our solutions, our vision is to develop a new and unknown home insemination system in the world, allowing the couples or women alone to perform a fertility treatment comfortably at home, and it will be accessible for everyone. So we are closing our clinical trials supported by the most prestigious and institutions and clinics within our country. We are starting our regulatory approval, and we are thinking always to scale up globally. We have come to assemble a full team led by doctors, embryologists and biologists, and also by PhDs, engineers, and venture builders with a lot of experience, with a lot of passion and knowledge in order to bring selectivity up. So we invite you to invest in us in order to pursue together our objective, which is we help to build families. Thank you.
Thank you, great. Thank you a lot. Dear judge, we are ready to hear you. Some questions?
We have seen this earlier, so I think it's a nice story that you have. Where is your market actually? If you look at world as a market, where are you particularly focused?
Just because we are in Argentina and we are starting our regulatory approval here, we are looking Argentina as a first market, but we are really thinking globally. Okay. Because the devices that we are developing can be applied anywhere.
Okay, got it.
Jonathan, one question. This device solves just one specific problem for infertility, so the diagnostic always need to be provided by any doctor, no? That this is a method of insemination.
We've got 3 different models here. The first one is the 2 first ones are B2B models with the sperm selection device and the assisted insemination device that could go into laboratories or clinics or medical practitioners' offices. That's one thing. And the last one, and our goal is to bring the home insemination system to home. So in order to reduce the anguish, the fear, and the anxiety that could have a couple or women alone during this path. And answering Sudin, the previous question, I profit the moment to say that if we've got the Series A that we are looking for, we can jump directly to US market or European market without thinking in Argentina only.
Yeah, the reason I asked you about those markets is because, US market is probably the most appropriate one for you right now. And also the Japanese market, yeah.
We look forward to be there, but we need funding for that, and that's why we are here right now. So we invite you to invest in us and work together for sure.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Quick question. Possible? Biomaterials are not allowed to cross the borders in a lot of countries. If you want to scale internationally, how are you going to circumvent that problem? Just with local partners everywhere, or?
Yes, we are following the same strategy in Argentina. There are hosting enterprises which makes the structure to sell the products. So we are thinking this kind of a strategy for the US market and European one. There is a really well-known hosting market, or company within Switzerland that we've been contacting. So it's a great question.
Great. Thank you, Jonathan. The rest of the questions could be written in the private chat to our participant, and we should continue. we come back to the fintech area, and our startup is Julius Cloud Insurance. This startup is from Asia. Please welcome.
I can see my screen and can hear me clearly.
Yeah, good.
Thank you very much. Good morning, guys. I'm Deep from Agilix. We build software for the insurance industry. It's a combination of, it's a suite of products for insurance companies, brokers, and agencies. And we are doing this in Malaysia, and our market is the whole Asia Pacific region. It's a huge problem. I'm sure most of you will have some kind of experience dealing with insurance. Everything just moves too slow, whether it's buying a policy, renewing a policy, or God forbid, if you have to apply for a claim, almost everything is quite bad. The reason for that, or what we feel, is lack of the modern solutions. These guys have solutions which are at least few decades old, and that is exactly what we are trying to change. We are building a whole suite of products based upon the cloud. It's a SaaS model with all the mobile stuff to give a very good customer experience to the policy holders. And it's a huge market. Even if we see at the global level, it's multi-billion-dollar industry. And even if we, since our focus is Asia Pacific at this point of time, that also is more than $7 billion industry. This is for our TAM for the Agilix in Asia Pacific. Just to give you a bit of an idea about the software, as I said, we do a suite of products, but this is one of the core whereby we define the whole policy life cycle, starting from defining the products, selling the products, managing the claims and settlements, and even the agency management, which is still more than 70-80% of the way insurance sells the policies. We allow these companies to extend these products and services to launch online portals or the mobile apps so that they can sell very easily. Things are quite flexible in the way they can launch the new products. They also empower their agents to do even better for their customers with all the real-time information. And the way we are offering them is that we are not disrupting anything. Our system sits in front of their backend system so that everything is synced back to the core insurance or whatever old systems these guys have, but they can utilize all our new stuff. And then in case another 1 or 2 years, probably will replace their core system as well, because we do almost the whole thing for those guys. We are working on these solutions for last 5 years. We built together with a Baltac, which is a Hong Kong-based guys in the devices production. Currently, we are running their operations in 5 different countries. We're also working with another broker in Singapore to build the whole broker automation solution, and another POC with AXA Malaysia, which is doing the online selling and the claims. And there are at least another 10 to 15 customers, potential customer who we are working with. Pretty huge growth. It's a SaaS software recurring income, and currently we are at $250,000 ARR and pretty profitable business as well. This year is slow because it's the first year also when we have started working with other guys, but we are looking for a huge growth in next coming years. Asia is a kind of fresh market. There are not many not many competitors over here, but it's growing up. So we see that us can play a very major role in this part of the world. And since we already have experience with 5-6 countries, we can do very well. We have more than 10 years of experience in SaaS and 5 years in insurance. And we think that we have enough for us to take this startup positively successful. If you have any more questions, please do let me know. Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot. Yes, please, dear judge, if you have more questions, you can ask right now. Nobody would like to ask? To precise something after this speeching?
If, for example, you may probably comment on this or anything. Julie, if you won't mind, we'll just take kind of a quick break. But in this case, we don't. We are live and we won't go offline. In this case, I just want again to get to our judges, and again because I can see that throughout our pitching event, our finals, and new judges are actually tuning in. So that's why I would like to ask everyone, first of all, to share more information about their VC, what they are looking for, check size, industry, etc., and maybe a few words about the Unicorn Cup. So who would like to proceed? I've seen previously that Preeti has joined us, and at that time I was going to give her the award, but later on we skipped it. So Preeti, how do you do?
I am very well, thank you, Maria. It's wonderful to be here this evening. I am logged in from India, as you know. It's great to see all the efforts come to this fruition, in this fall season. I'm very excited to hear all the pitches again. My name is Preeti Chaudhary, and I am the founder of LinkedIn Local India, as well as head of partnerships, investments, and alliances at Infocrest LLP. Sector agnostic, looking at Indian geography at the moment, but open to stuff outside as well. Thank you, Team Startup Network. It's a huge effort, and I'm really excited. Thank you.
Thank you, Preeti. We also appreciated such feedback. So, by the way, how do you feel judging from you hear some of the startups pitching twice? Do they feel more confident when they're pitching for the second time?
Yes, absolutely. The quality seems to be going up and up and up, in the sense like they have taken the feedback on board from all the mentors and the judges that have given them that particular feedback. There has been a lot of, back end mentoring also that has been happening. So I'm pretty excited to see that the startups are agile and flexible and taking on board all the advice that is coming their way. So it's really encouraging. It's really nice, Maria. Thank you.
Thank you, Preeti. So in this case, we may say that we've got like the sour cream for the end, probably the dessert, and the best, still, as you mentioned, the quality of pitching is getting higher. So I believe that the culmination pinnacle is ahead of us. Meanwhile, I would also ask our judges who hasn't turned on so far, who hasn't their video on, please turn on and say a few words about your VC, check size, industry, geography, etc. Would like to proceed, please do that, because I can see that some of you actually are sharing your information in chat, but we also like to see you and watch you present yourself. Who would like to maybe Kabir? I've seen that you switched on and then turned off your video. So
I can.
Oh, yeah, sorry, brother, please
Next,
do.
my name is. Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. My name is Subrata. I'm based out of Bangalore, India. Venture partner with R Ventures, which typically invests up to $10 million in early stage startups. So I specialize in deep tech, fintech, and health tech. Happy to be here. I was there in the day also, and second time into the pitches. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, especially when you're talking about health tech and fintech. You're definitely in the right place at the right time. Miguel, I believe you also would like to to say a few words about your VC, what you're interested in, which startups are you also interested in, etc.
Hi, thanks Maria for the opportunity. Very glad to be here. And basically, I'm representing the World Business Angel Investment Forum. I'm the High Commissioner for Spain and the VP for the Global Startup Committee. We are active in 115 countries, and we have partnership with the G20, World Bank, and other international entities. We promote angel investing all around the world, and basically, personally, I'm investing up to $500,000 in the pre-seed and seed, and especially in industries where I have previous professional experience, like real estate, tourism, education, future of work, and fintech, and also I'm interested in health tech.
Thank you so much, Miguel. Kabir, I can see that you turned on your camera, so please, I'm sure that now you're ready to tell more about yourself.
Hi, Maria. Hi, all. Kabir Mohammed from South Africa. I run a small venture capital company that invests in the South African startup ecosystem. We are currently setting up a new fund to give South African investors exposure to Silicon Valley opportunities in partnership with the Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. And I've been a judge on the Unicorn battle since the first few battles during the pandemic. It's been an awesome experience. Watched a lot of you come a long way, a lot of the startups come a long way to today's Unicorn final, and I wish all of you the best. There's some real quality out there, and I'm sure even if you don't win today, you've gained a lot of exposure through the VCs that have participated in your journey, And I'm sure if you keep those networks and nurture those networks, there will be a line of best fit between you and somebody on this platform. And that's another benefit of being part of this entire ecosystem. It's been an awesome journey. I'm a bit sad that we've come to the final, but at the same time excited to see who makes it. And I look forward to growing this ecosystem over the next year. Thank you very much. Keep in touch.
Thank you, Kabir. In case if some of our jury members would like to present themselves, please turn on your camera so we can see you, and definitely we will give you now the chance to talk.
Sorry, Maria, just one thing before I go. I'm going to have to turn my video off because I'm driving, but I will be a part of this. And as soon as I step down, I'll get my video back.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. If anyone would like to proceed, if none, maybe we will proceed later. Just ping me in our chat. Meanwhile, I'll give the floor again to my colleague Julia, because startups are waiting. A lot of interesting pitching are also ahead. Julia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Maria, for this little break. And we are ready to continue our pitch competition. And let's go back to the participants. And the next startup is Clinic Pesa. This startup is related to the fintech area as well. And the headquarters is located in Uganda. Please.
Thank you so much. I have Munyancho Crispinus from Clinic Pesa in Uganda, Africa. Let me know when I can start to present.
Sure, yeah, you can start.
Sure, thank you so much. Do you believe a human life is worth $1.50? Angel, a 23-year-old mother, could not avail it, and that not only cost her life, but also denied her newborn the first motherly embrace. In Africa, insurance penetration stands at 2.8%, leaving almost 1.2 billion people without access to healthcare financing. And where I come from in Uganda, it's even worse, where only 0.7% of the people have access to healthcare financing, attributed to high cost of insurance and also the mindsets of the locals. Clinic Pesa has built a solution that enables them to micro-save and also be able to pay in form of loans to cover their medical bills in full, and has created an ecosystem for healthcare centers to be able to reorder and stock using the Clinic Pesa application within the healthcare sector. The market is big. The African market is a $35 billion market with regards to healthcare financing, and it has been growing at a rate of 6% as of 2016. From our learnings is that there is a 5 visit in a year per household that is actually happening, and the cost at a cost of $35. And we are saying that as we are starting with Uganda, we're seeing that there is a big opportunity for us to be able to serve the African market. We have a great team of minds that actually are contributing to make this a reality, with me taking lead on the side of bringing technical and business development skill set, and my co-founder Sharon Nyango bringing experience in operations, and we have other members who are actually bringing experience on the side of governance and also finance as well. How we make money, we generate money through the cost of funds, the savings that we actually are receiving from customers. We also generate funds on the loans that we actually give to every customer, and transactional fees. We're not the first to be running such a solution, to be solving this challenge in this field. Insurance companies have been actually solving this field, but then we are solving it in a better way that touches to the bottom of the pyramid, where we've partnered with telecom companies to be able to access the solution with or without internet using USSD codes. And so as of date, we've so far done a lot. We've done pilots. We've also partnered with a number of healthcare providers, over 600 healthcare providers. We've partnered with a telecom company that has given us 12 million people, access to 12 million customers, and also a commercial bank that is actually paying interest. And so in Q1, we are doing a full scale, and we are looking to scale our scale plan. We're looking to scale Clinic Pesa into the other African markets where MTN actually exists, the 21 different markets that they exist in. and serving over 240 million people. So we're looking at pushing Clinic Pesa to a household utility service such that every member can be able to afford to pay for medical. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So does anybody has some questions to our founder? No, no questions? I'm sorry, I cannot hear you well. Could you check your connection? Could you say?
Is it okay?
Oh yeah, now it's better.
So sorry, it's the problem with a microphone. So I want to clarify. You have a partnership with bank, or you have own bank for financing your clients?
So we have a partnership with a bank for compliance aspects on the side of holding the savings and also generating revenue out of the savings. So with regards to compliance on holding public money, that's why we have the partnership with the commercial bank.
Yeah, I see. And do you think your business model could be expanded for another countries, for example, Europe, Ukraine?
Definitely, of course, definitely the business model is actually a good business model to expand to the other markets as well. Reason being, healthcare is a big challenge, and it's a challenge that is actually beyond just Africa.
Yeah, I see. Thank you.
Please, any questions? Okay, if we have no questions, we are going to continue. And so let's go to the next startup, which is called Red Wave Technologies Incorporation. This startup is health tech and is located in the USA. You're welcome.
Hello, can you hear me and see everything okay?
Yeah, it's good. Please.
Right. So hello, everyone, and hello again to those that were on earlier. I'm Andrew Brown, co-founder, CEO of Radwave Technologies based in St. Paul, Minnesota, USA. For the investors on the call, I've sent some information via chat. Radwave is redefining electromagnetic tracking with our revolutionary platform. There's a shift towards minimally invasive and robotic procedures, and Radwave accelerates this shift with accurate tracking of surgical instruments, even when there is no line of sight. Current tracking systems have accuracy problems that lead to patient injury. We know the issues with this technology and have invented the solution. The founding team has decades of experience creating medical devices with over 60 patents. We are experts in the electromagnetic tracking domain with multiple systems on the market today. We have created dozens of products during our careers that have diagnosed and treated millions of people around the world. So here's one specific example of an implementation of this platform. There's an antenna below the patient here that generates a field that picks up the sensor on the tip of the surgical instrument. As this needle is moved into the patient, you can register a medical image to track location. These are our first three products: the antenna below, the sensors on the tool, and the control unit. So the current problem is there's an existing off-the-shelf solution. It's old. It was invented in the early 2000s. It's thick, it's bulky, it has minimal navigation volume, and there's interference when there's metal in the field. Or you can build your own, which the founders have done multiple times, takes tens of millions, years to complete, and rare specialized skills. Both of these solutions currently have problems with inaccuracy and sensing volume. So our solution addresses this. We provide accurate sensor location, which is critical in medical procedures. Current systems can have up to 5 centimeters error when there's metal in the field, where we're less than a millimeter. We can create large navigation volumes that can go from toe to nose. Practical applications into the thigh and up to the heart to minimize harmful radiation. This platform that is available now, and it will have a series of future software products that leverage these novel features. Our business model is grounded with a strong and scalable growth. Our platform is integrated into our customer's medical device, which generates service revenue. Each time our customers put their system in a hospital, we sell capital. And each time physicians perform a procedure, we'll generate revenue from these consumables. So medical device is our beachhead. This is where we're experts in, so we'll start there. It's a 700 million service available market, and we'll grow into other VR, AR, industrial automation, et cetera. These markets are already established. They have these technologies in there already, so we will disrupt the current players. As I mentioned, we're in a controlled market release now. We started pre-selling in July, and we plan full market later next year. We do have a 100% pitch to sales ratio at this point. And with that, I'll thank you, and contact information is on the screen. I welcome your questions.
Great, thank you. And I'd like to proceed to the QA session. Please, judges, feel free to ask something to our founder. No questions?
Are you generating revenue?
Yes, our revenue has begun this month. We have completed our minimally viable product, and we had pre-sales from this past July, and we're now shipping those now. And we have queued up a series of demonstrations this week and next week where we expect to sell out of our first run. And so we're planning our second run now. This initial capital component is in the 30 to 50K range.
Great, thanks.
What's your forecast for next year and the following year?
Right. It depends upon how much funding we receive. If we grow organically, it will be muted, but we expect to achieve 1 million ARR by mid next year. If we achieve the investment that we're targeting, then by year 2, we believe 17 million ARR is possible. This is contingent about how many customers we can onboard at once.
Got it. And what's the end game for the investor? What's your approach to value?
Right. Many of our customers have a strong desire to vertically integrate, and many of our customers have a strong desire to vertically integrate, and so that's part of the discussion even with our early customers. So we expect one or more of them may want either a piece of RadWave or the entire thing.
Is there a licensing engagement for you, sir?
We haven't agreed to a licensing engagement at this point. We are independent, and we can sell to anyone at this point, but we do anticipate those types of agreements in the future.
Got it. And if you win, where would you go? Disneyland or somewhere else?
We would create the next one.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you, RadWave. And we should continue. So welcome the next participant from the Chile. This startup is Red Capital and related to the fintech area.
Hello, how are you? I'm Gustavo from Chile, South America. I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah, please. That's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I'm Gustavo from Red Capital. Red Capital is one of the biggest crowd lending platforms in Latin America. We focus on loans and invoice discounting to small and medium businesses. Many SMEs don't get the money they need in banks, so they have higher rates in other financial institutions. With Red Capital, they get better rates. We have a leading position in a huge market of $50 billion. On the Red Capital website, SMEs request money. We get information online from different sources. If the loans are approved by our credit scoring, they are published on our website. Then any investor can choose the loan or the invoice that they would like to invest in. We take care of collections. Thanks to technology developments, we're very cost efficient. A risk predictor or credit scoring is so effective as it is integrated with different sources of data. Also, it considers soft and quantity information together. Both technology developments and our risk predictor set us apart from our competitors, giving us a real edge, which I believe is key to our success. We offer a wide range of financial solutions to SMEs, factoring, loans, and leasing. Also, we have loans to micro businesses. We charge commission to the SMEs and to the investor. On average, we earn 2% of the amount of the loan. Red Capital is used by retail investors, also by funds and family offices. Thanks to Red Capital, SMEs have reduced their financial costs by 37%. SMEs have received more than $160 million through Red Capital. Investors have received a 10% return per year. Our risk predictor has resulted in our having 1% default record. Sorry. We have been growing more than 100% per year, and we have important recognitions abroad. One key factor to our success is that we enjoy helping SMEs. We love to work at Red Capital. Another key factor is that the founders have different skills, so we complement each other. On summary, we have a leading position in a huge market. We have best-in-class technology and customer experience. We have proven capacity to attract customers, and more important, an understanding risk selection. With Red Capital Peru, we show we can grow quickly in other countries. Red Capital will keep growing around 100% per year. Now we want to raise capital to expand to Colombia and USA. Then we're going to Mexico. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Red Capital. And we will go to the Q&A session. Please use this time to define some details. Please, anybody would like to ask?
Hi, Gustavo. I'm Miguel from Spain. One question. Do you think that this is only, where do you see the market? Only in emerging markets or also in developed countries or Europe and US?
What I have seen is that the problem is also in developed countries. You know, I have seen the same problem in US that many SMEs don't get the money in banks. So I think our solution can work all over the world.
Okay.
Great, thank you. We have more questions? No? If not, we will continue. Yeah.
Right, thank you very much.
I'm just asking also our jury who's hasn't switched on camera. If you want to, you may express the feedback as well. Not only questions are welcomed. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Okay, so you can use, don't forget, you can use the chat in Zoom. So we will go to the next participant. And please welcome the Brighter AB. This is the health tech startup and is located in Sweden. Could you join us? I'm sorry, I cannot hear you.
Yes, I should unmute as well. That's a good idea.
Please, you're welcome.
So I'm going to share the screen. I hope this is going to work well. Yes, thank you. Great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Henrik Norström, CEO at Brighter, a Swedish company based in Kista, just north of Stockholm. We're on a mission to improve the lives of millions. Sorry, can you hear me? Yes. Of millions of people living with diabetes. Diabetes is a huge problem and growing rapidly, and it places a massive burden on society. Oops, again, the same mistake as last time. There we go. So imagine yourself being diagnosed with diabetes type 1, like Anna Sara on this slide, or type 2. It doesn't really matter, because from one day to another, you're burdened with a new set of routines. It can be anything from your, your food, your exercise, measuring your blood sugar, or taking medicines, pills or injectables. From once a week to more than 3 times a day and multiple injections. This is what Brighter wants to address with the Actis Diabetes Management as a Service. And what do we want to achieve? Well, diabetes is a chronic disease and is always present. It never goes away. Regular things that people that don't have diabetes don't even think about in their everyday life is something that a diabetic suffers with every day. In order to stay healthy, you need to keep track of your diabetes on a complete sense all the time. And you really don't get away with it. And you have to adjust it and adjust it again. Everything you do has a direct impact on your daily well-being. And long-term, poorly managed diabetes can lead to fatal consequences, but also complications such as eye impairment, nerve damage, kidney failure. This is actually a major reason for the huge costs of diabetes and the complications. And we want to make all of this easier. We want to be there every day, supporting and guiding them. That's why we developed the Actis service. Compared to the alternatives, we offer a complete user-friendly and holistic solution, a premium digital healthcare at an affordable price. The device is global out-of-the-box mobile connectivity and uniting all of the parts needed in one single unit and recording all of the relevant data. Combined with our digital platform as part of the subscription service, we can offer a unique healthcare experience with guidance and support every day. The patient is no longer alone, and this is based on personalized real-world data. A game changer, definitely, in diabetes care. We call this holistic approach the benefit loop. In short, we make it easier for the patients to treat themselves. And 2020 has been a real breakthrough year for Brighter. We launched in Sweden in May, and we were just recently in this month received the market approvals in our key initial markets of Saudi Arabia and the UAE, with additional market approvals underway and 100% focus on commercialization this year. So it's really now everything is about to happen. Everything that we've worked extremely hard for the past years. We have a very experienced team already in place, and we're prepared for the journey ahead, which essentially started earlier this month when we started to receive the market approvals in Saudi Arabia and the UAE. I'm happy to answer your questions now. Thank you.
Thank you a lot. Yeah. We're ready for questions, please. If you have any questions, feel free to ask now. Dear Judge.
Two questions from me, sir. One is, with the right funding, what do you achieve? What do you aim to achieve in terms of the company growth and value? And the second one, what's so spectacular about your stuff that the Saudis and those other guys want to use you?
Well, the first question is I mean, if we look at the population, I mean, we have 170 million, roughly speaking, diabetics who are treated with insulin, and 416 total, including type 2s. So we have huge ambitions. As a publicly listed company, we don't publish forecasts at this moment, so I can't share that information with you without having an insider log and all that. So. But you can follow our reports that are public on our homepage as well to get that information. But we have huge ambitions.
You're a public company or a private company, sir?
We're a public company. In Sweden, we list startups very early. So we're on a growth market in Sweden.
Understood.
And on the Sorry? I think
Don't worry
somebody,
about it. Yeah, continue.
On the second question, why do we focus on Southeast Asia and the GCC? Well, Europe, the US are pretty saturated markets in the sense that the growth rate of diabetes is fairly low and the access to medical care is quite developed in many aspects. Whereas in Southeast Asia, you have a very large population that already has diabetes, but in particular, the growth rate of diabetes is huge. It's up in some countries, it's in the higher double digits, like in Malaysia, roughly 17% growth year on year. And there you need affordable, high-tech solutions, not expensive solutions that you have in Europe. So what we want to do is we want to help the bigger population, the millions of people out there. That's the ambition. And that's why we chose those markets.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you a lot. Any questions? Okay, so if we have no questions, we are going ahead and we're coming to the end almost because we have two more startups. And please welcome the second last startup, which is Predictive. Predictive startup is from the health tech field, and this startup is located in the USA.
We are Predictive, the most advanced DNA-based digital twin to predict and prevent diseases and adverse drug reactions. I am Sajun, CEO and co-founder of Predictive. I received a PhD in biomedical sciences, then went to NIH to do the CRISPR-Cas9 research for the 5 years. And recent 4 years, I've been teaching genomics at Johns Hopkins University. 58 million people die every year from a serious disease, but 10% of those people should have not died from it because those diseases were preventable. As seen in the Tom Cruise Minority Report, he has the prediction for crime and then he prevents the crimes. Likewise, we predict diseases to prevent them or reduce the impact of them. The way we do is we get the fingernails from our customers and melt it and then analyze it for 20,000 genes all the humans have, then assess the level of risk on 16,000 diseases and simulate your body reaction to 300 over drugs. Instead of providing just PDF report, we are providing real-time searchable digital twin to our customers. Unlike the 23andMe and Invitae, where they analyze limited number of genes, we have completely different approach. We analyze 100% of known diseases humans know, and then we analyze each customer's 100% of gene variants and feed it through our genomics pipeline through our patent pending technology, and then we feed it to our AI engine to integrate the health and medical data. We sell it at $490 to healthcare professionals, hospitals, and governments. We have an excellent team in genomics and business entrepreneurship and software development, as well as in medicine. Over the 4 years, we recruited 4 Hopkins scientists and filed 2 patents. One is genomics pipeline. We almost fully automatized. That's why we are ready to scale up. And AI engine, which was validated by recent COVID-19 FDA challenge. COVID is just one of the 16,000 diseases we are addressing to. Over the entire history of medicine, single intervention saved the most lives was not penicillin, not MRI, but separating the intensive care unit from the ward. That was the practice of preventive medicine. Then what would be the best way to save the most lives? We are in the 4th industrial revolution period with the Internet of the Things, then progressing to the intelligence of the things. Now we are heading to the next 6th industrial revolution, would be integration of intelligence of things with the reality. Then I believe the most effective way of doing this would be through the digital twin, but not just the photographic thing, but avatar, but integrating all the medical information with the all entire genome information. That's just predictive. Thank you.
Thank you a lot. And now let's check if we have some questions from our jury board. Please, you're welcome.
Can you tell a little bit more about your team?
Yeah. Yeah. My twin brother is actually next generation sequencing faculty teaching at NIH graduate school, and also he teaches machine learning there. And I teach the tools for genome analysis class at Johns Hopkins University graduate school. So basically, and then we wrote the some of the bioinformatics tools for our pipeline together. And Alex has a two successful exits, and he used to be a partner at the DLAN advisory at KPMG. And Alexander is a seasoned CTO. He developed the team from 1 or 2 people to the 30 people team. And Dr. Mailani Aduru is the MD physician with Hopkins bioinformatics training.
I have one quick question, Sejan. You said COVID is just one of the 16,000 diseases. So what have you achieved in terms of COVID with your software?
Oh, thank you for asking that question. COVID, okay, there are 4 things we are providing for free to our customers in the entire world. One is the inborn disease risk. So, COVID coming through the ACE2 inhibitor, then if you have an ACE2 inhibitor, ACE2 gene, ACE2 protein mutated, you are naturally having the natural genetic mask. So you have a low risk. So we are providing inborn disease risk for the COVID. And then in terms of the vaccine, there are some mRNA vaccines, Moderna is developing it, and there are a lot of mutations popping up. In the yesterday paper published, they found out like 75 SNPs in the COVID. So we are providing the right vaccine choices when they have multiple. And in terms of a treatment, for example, one of the drug is the camostat mesylate, that is the TMPRSS2 inhibitor. But if you have a TMPRSS2 gene mutated, your protein is already not working. There is no reason for you to use that inhibitor. So you are wasting your time and precious time, and that could lead to actually serious cases. So we are providing them, hey, you have a more effective drug genetically. Hey, try not to use this, but try to use this. And lastly, we are providing the sequelae information. Some people have the sequelae, so like cardiovascular or those sequelae after COVID. So we are providing genetically what kind of sequelae you need to watch on. So basically, our customers bring the automatized letter we generated in the backend, done already, and then bring it to the physician. Hey, this is my genetic background for the COVID. Hey, so that's the free service we are providing.
Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. Please, any questions?
Yes, I do have one. You spoke about the cost of $490. Sorry,
we cannot hear you well. Can you check your connection? Oh, okay. We will wait just a second. Okay, I guess that Kabir will check his connection and we will back to him. Oh, yeah. Maybe now?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's good. Nice.
Okay. You spoke about the $490 cost to the healthcare provider, right? So what is the final cost in the patient's hands, or how does it get to the patient/consumer? Because if you're going to use the channel of healthcare providers at $490, what's the final cost to the patient?
Final cost is depending on the provider. For example, we had a clinical trial with a 20 patient last year. She marked up 1.5 times, so whichever she wanted. And also there is one more fee. Sequencing fee is extra. So maybe patient have to pay about $800 or so. And one more thing I like to say is that, ICD. We have ICD and CPT code, so it's insurance could cover it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. And guys, right now we almost has come to the end of our pitch competition. Let me introduce last but not least startup, which is StickMe Global. This startup is health tech and is located in Slovakia. Please.
That's correct. Colleagues, let me greet you from Slovakia, Central Europe. My name is Andrej Studenkan, and I'm the CEO of StickMe Global. Before I start, let me ask you, can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Dear friends, when saving patients in emergency situations, the speed is crucial. Every minute saved makes a difference to whether they live or die, what will be the quality of their life, and how much money the healthcare system needs to spend on them afterwards. Medical rescue teams all around the world face one big issue: communication barriers, which cause them to act in isolation, slow them down, and reduce their effectiveness. Our company has been dedicated to tearing down these barriers through powerful communication platform STEMI. STEMI connects doctors and paramedics in the field and turns them into one virtual team. It's used for the management of heart attack, stroke, trauma, and COVID-19 cases. Let me give you just one illustration. A patient suffering from heart attack needs to be taken directly to the cardiac center. This is the only place in the region where they can get proper treatment that they need. Unfortunately, they are taken to a regional hospital first because paramedics lack sufficient cardiology expertise. Once the heart attack is confirmed, the patient is retransported to the final destination. However, this is called the secondary transportation, and it causes unacceptable time delays. Can you imagine that this happens in 30 to 60% of the cases, depending on the country? Thanks to STEMI, we are able to put the doctor to the ambulance for those few crucial minutes which really matter. It's possible to diagnose the patient remotely, organize a direct transportation, transfer the crucial patient's data to the best relevant medical center, and ensure that their hospital staff is ready just in time. Using STEMI on a national level, we decreased average time to treatment by 61 minutes. This basically means that the chance of dying has been reduced to less than half. Due to its tremendous impact, STEMI has received the number of awards, but as you would expect, we continue enhancing our platform to increase its impact on the life-saving process even more. For example, right now we are on the point of integrating an AI-based solution which digitizes and subsequently evaluates ECG curve on its own. Our company seeks to go global, and we are trying to raise the necessary capital for that. We have received various expressions of interest from countries in Latin America, Europe, one of them from United States, and a couple of them from Russian-speaking countries. We are an early revenue generating startups, and we are capable of covering majority of our current mode of operation at the moment. We are ready to scale up. The father of the idea is one of the leading expert and cardiologists in the field in our country, Dr. Martin, who has built around himself the team of professionals who are not only lean, agile, and experienced, but first of all, very committed to the case. There is one more room still empty on our team, so do not hesitate and join us in this telehealth revolution by saving minutes and adding life with us. Thank you very much.
Excellent, thank you so much. Dear judge, it was our last participant for this session. After that, we will have another one. So it's time to ask our founder for some questions. If you have, please don't lose this chance.
And don't forget to vote. We need your help selecting the winner.
STEMI Global, this is a very interesting solution that you presented, but which is the country where you're saying that they first take the patients to a regional center and then to the heart center, and there is 30 to 60% of them do that. Which geography are you talking about very specifically?
Thank you for the good question. What I shared with you is the global rate of secondary transportation that we analyzed. So this is true in countries even that are well developed, like Europe, and even the United States. But when we go to the countries with larger distances, a lower level of development, this range even increases toward the higher level. The issue with limited knowledge of cardiology expertise, ability to read ECG, even the hidden symptoms and artifacts in that, this is something that's very typical for the situation in general. If you compare a cardiologist who evaluates ECGs, dozens of them every day, to a paramedic who comes in touch with a regular ECG or myocardial infarction 1, 2, 3 times a month, this is a huge difference.
So I understand that. So this is great for explaining that. So one of the important things is, when you are you have the patient in EMR and you're trying to connect with the hospital, the doctor, the cardiologist there needs to get his entire health records, okay, to understand his history. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you do the EMR connectivity?
In this particular case, in this couple of few critical moments, the cardiologist needs to decide, is this ST elevated myocardial infarction or not? Is this a patient suitable for cath lab and the PCI intervention, or is this a patient that should go to a regional hospital? For that purpose, the ECG record of that patient is sufficient to make this first decision. Of course, after that, for the holistic treatment, the electronic health medical record is also needed, and that's why our solution normally can become a part of the larger EMR or EHR system, and this is something that we are also doing with various suppliers.
Okay.
Great, thank you so much. It was our last startup for this session, and we will have a break.
Yeah, thank you, Julia. Thanks a lot, dear judges. Don't forget to vote. We are not going anywhere. We'll have a 20 minutes short break. Our North American friends can get a more. Our European friends can grab an evening cup of tea. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Maria. We are moving on to the big group of startups, AI and general section. So stay tuned with us. It will be more and more interesting. In just 2 hours, we will know who the winner is in each category and the ultimate winner of the Unicorn Cup. So stay with us. More to come.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
We'll
you.
be watching
Thank you.
the rest of the Unicorn Cup.
Thank you all.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Glad to have you with us. Glad to see Lila. Hello.
Hi, happy to be
Jordan, you're finally from space with us.
I am out of space, outside of this world where it's COVID-free. No COVID in space. I'm good.
Really? Did you look good? Don't bring us anything else. You know, like they say that all like diseases that destroy mankind come from space. So don't bring anything to the Earth that would hurt us.
Oh, we're just gonna leave it to the Chinese for now, and then let them.
Yeah, so nice. Okay, if anybody, Marina, great to see you.
Hi, Anna. Hi. I'm excited very much to have this session number 4 for today. I'm wondering how many cups of coffee have you drunk since morning?
Coffee gets me very hyperactive. So like I can only allow myself only 1 cup of coffee early in the morning and it lasts the whole day.
Yeah, I would like to remind our guests that we started 9 a.m. London time today. So it's session number 4 and it's like a full day.
And still having fun, right?
Yeah.
Startups doing a great job.
I must say something. I put events on for 20, 30 people. I don't know how you guys do it. This is really incredible work. I cannot understand how you guys do it and do it so well. It's incredible. So
thank you. For the judges who survived 100 events with us, will tell us our secret. So stay with us to know more.
But that's really true. You're always in a great mood. You bring great companies here. The judges are really happy. The platform works better, works wonderful. That's really great job. I know you are tired to have all this compliment, but we are not.
No, we're not tired. We're not tired. Yes, Alexander, are you recording all this?
Yes, absolutely. I see everything.
No, this is really great. Congrats.
Thank you, Marcelo.
The team is amazing. The team is amazing.
Thank you very much. It's Unicorn Cup spirit behind it. So we need to pray each day to make it positive.
But by way of feedback, I know you did last year 3 days back to back. I personally think this is better because I think you're going to get more people participate because you don't have to.
Yeah, log in, log out. Yes, yeah, I like this also better.
It's harder on you. I get it. I do get it. But I think it's better for everybody. And I commend you on making that move.
Thank you, Jordan. Well, I personally would love to think that next season, like next quarter, we will be able to move to offline events and with all those after parties, but God knows what will happen, right?
No, I don't like that. I don't get to meet people from different countries. No, I don't. I'm meeting everybody, which is amazing. I mean, Marcelo, I got the card, Marcelo. This one is a true yellow card, but I would have never met Marcelo had it not been for this, ever. Right, Marcelo?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Jordan, you haven't a red for me, do you?
What was that?
You haven't a red card for me, do you?
No, I will never give you a red card. That would just be sacrilegious.
Thank you.
How's it going so far? How was the first? Is it the 4th session or the 3rd session?
Yeah, the 4th one. Well, yeah, it was good. We had lots and lots of judges from Asia, Australia, while the sun was over Asia and Australia. Now many more judges from Latin America and North America will be joining.
And these are the same companies repeating themselves?
Yeah, startups pitched twice. Yeah, they pitched for that part of the world. Now they're pitching for this part of the world.
But if it's 4 sessions, how come they pitched twice?
Because 4 sessions, first session for a group of startups, FinTech and Health Tech, and they pitch again at the 3rd session. Second session was AI in general, and they pitch again the 4th session. So 2 groups of startups pitching twice, 2 by 2, always make 4.
Really, Jordan, we have East session and West session, and in every session we have 2 sub-sessions.
Got it.
It's man's style of telling things. I have.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay, probably we can start.
No, we cannot
No?
start.
Why?
Yeah, we're waiting for like startups to test. They're like joining us, and we, according to our agenda, we will start in what, 12 minutes. We are waiting for people to log in. We are talking.
Bas, what is on your background? I just cannot understand.
We don't hear you. You're muted.
Okay, the usual. I think, what do you see? You see my mountains or what?
Growth Hack Fund.
Yeah, it's the A, C, and R in Acrobator. It is not an incubator, it's not an accelerator, it's a growth hack fund. So the A, the C, and the R, they are for acquisition, conversion, and retention, which are the pillars of growth hacking. So that's what we have. We have 15 growth hackers in our team, and we help our startups with everything we can to let them grow.
But these strange things.
Oh yeah, that's not a plant, that's a parachute guy. That's like a
Just...
My head is too much in front of it, right? So.
Hey, Bas, I saw you was an acrobat trainer.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, I hear everything. I hear Acrobat Ventures, I hear Acrobator, I hear Acrobate.
Acrobator.
Yeah. It's cultivating risk.
But something had to stand behind the name.
Yeah, what do you mean? Like it's
Well, why Acrobat?
Oh well, because actually the wife of President Eleanor Roosevelt, the wife of President Roosevelt, she apparently said the one thing every day that scares you, and I really liked that motto. And then I decided that to cultivate risk, I will set up a fund because I think it's good to take risks. Sometimes the universe gratifies you or makes you very successful when you take a little bit of risk.
Yeah, you grow when you get out of your comfort zone.
Exactly. When you're feeling comfortable, you're driving too slow.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. But I heard you can be only happy when you are within the comfort zone. But if you make it wider, then chances of you being happy, like you get more of them.
I almost thought you said you can only be happy if you're in this conference zone, like in the Unicorn Cup.
Well,
that's a fact. Yeah, that's definitely the case.
Yeah, great. Okay, I heard you correctly.
It seems for me, Bas, Jordan is going to fly high because he has, this rocket, and you have just a parachute.
Yeah, well, I know my place. But with the parachute, you can come back easier to Earth than with a rocket.
So you're more down on Earth, yeah?
I'm more eco-friendly.
Okay. And by the way, I've noticed a very nice banner with a background, Aldo. Dear Aldo, this is incredible. Where did you take that background?
It's Machu Picchu, right?
This is Machu Picchu, and I kept that from the battle that we had from AI South America.
This is very lovely. This is just, wow. I
think
couldn't pay attention to that, I don't know.
Yes. Well, by the way, that's South America, but Peru is also South America, eh?
Yeah. Next time I would send you the nowadays, like today's battle, because today is not the 12th of November. Today is the 20th of November. So next time I will send you personally the fresh one, the fresh banner. But this is very lovely. Thank you.
Paying them royalties for usage of their IP and trademark? You should, by the minute.
But since this is the first time, so we don't know how to handle these situations. But so far, this is very lovely.
Aldo, where are you calling from today?
Well, sorry, I missed your voice.
Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm in Lima, Peru. Since the beginning of the COVID-19, we had one of the toughest countries we were not allowed to go out of home during the night, and a lot of restrictions. Now it's we have to come back home every day at 11 p.m. I don't know, maybe in Europe you are worse now, but we are in the same way since the beginning.
And Preeti, you're in India, right?
Yes, Jordan. Yes, Jordan, I am in India.
Where's the rest of
I'm pretty sure that you are in India, Preeti.
Nice one, Aldo. But yeah, Jordan, in India. It is 10:30 in the evening. So yeah, that's the kind of sort of time difference. In terms of, I'm sorry, but technology kicked me out, so I've just sort of joined back in, and I'm from Aldo. I think we're still talking about curfews and restrictions probably. So it's the same here, up and down. Correct me if I'm off track here.
No, you're good, ma'am. We were just making conversation.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
In which city are you in now?
Right in the center of India, Alexander. It's a small little town called Jabalpur in the central province called Madhya Pradesh. So it's smack bang right in the middle of India. Absolute dead center.
We've done our battle physically offline, yeah, twice or three times probably in Bengaluru.
Yes, that is the Silicon Valley of India. Silicon Valley 1, because Gurgaon is Silicon Valley 2 of India.
Okay.
And Preeti, this is also close to Bollywood.
To which one? Sorry, Aldo.
Bollywood, the Indian Hollywood.
Yeah, only about 2,500 kilometers to the east.
Sure.
Yeah, India is that huge, So yeah.
What about McKevin? Is it McKevin Ayaba? Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Johannesburg, South Africa, sir.
Very beautiful.
Hi, Martin. Hi.
Hi, hello everyone.
I met you already.
Hello everyone. It's always nice being here with listening to some great pitches and some great stories that investor has to do to the startups. It's always exciting, especially some of us who are pushing to see that startups get investment. So it's always a pleasure being here.
Great to have you always, McKevin. Okay, I see everyone is in place. Let's rock and roll. This is the last session. You'll hear live startup pitches of AI and other industries that we united under the general section. And please meet Marina and Lila, our great event managers that take care of Europe and MENA region and Africa this season. Girls, the stage is yours. Let's rock and roll.
Thanks, Anna. Hi, Lydia.
Hi. So let's do this. And we will start with startup number 1. Please get ready. Share
For
your
the jury introduction part, right? Yeah, I would like to invite our great juries to make an intro of themselves. So just you have 1 minute of glory. You can tell more about yourself. You can tell more about your fund. You can tell more about your ticket industry, so that our startups will get acquainted with you, and not only our startups but other jury members. So, who would like to make an intro? First jury.
I already did an intro, so can I do it again, or?
Sure.
Okay.
We have some new juries coming and startups, so.
Okay, minute goes in now, right? I'm Bas Gotska. I'm the general partner of Acrobator Ventures. We're the only growth hack VC for early stage in the world, and we are only investing in Russian and Dutch-speaking founders worldwide. This is our second fund. We did 25 investments so far. We do checks up to 500,000 initially, and then add about 1.5, 2 million extra to it in follow-on if it's a great startup. And we offer something truly unique to startups because we have 20 years of growth hack experience and 15 growth hackers in our team, plus PhD AI people that help a lot. So that means that we definitely want that founder to share the passion to grow his or her business. And yeah, that's how we do it. We have a unicorn in the portfolio. The overall portfolio company value is 4 billion, closely to it. And the new fund is still doing its first closing, the second fund. So we're happy to find co-investors to join. And we're really wishing all the startups a lot of success now with the finals. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Bas. Who would like to jump in?
Hello and namaste from India. I have my other friend Anil Joshi right here. Hi, Anil. Hello to Jordan and everybody else over here. My name is Preeti Chaudhary. I'm the founder of LinkedIn Local India and head of partnerships alliances at InfoCrest LLP. Our check sizes are 25K to 150K USD, sector agnostic, geographically looking at Indian market, but open for other kinds of business facilitations and partnerships all over the world. This is a fantastic finale to 2 seasons, actually, the one before and this one, of the Startup Battles. And it's my honor and privilege to be here today as well, from such a long time. All the best to everybody, and I'm looking forward to today. Thank you.
Preeti, thank you so much for your great support all the time for our battles and being with us. Thanks.
Can I jump in?
Sure.
My name is Marcelo. I am in Boston for Drummond Ventures. We have been investing in early stage companies, any kind of sectors, from 500K to $5 million. It's always a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for startup team, a great event. All the best for all companies that are going to pitch today. Be careful with Jordan questions. He's the worst here, but he's really good. He's a nice guy, right? Don't worry about his questions. He's trying to help. Thank you, guys.
I have to go now that you mentioned it. First, the definition of my relationship with Marcelo and I is I keep on giving him a yellow card because he violates the rules all the time. So I'm with Silicon Valley Venture Group, also part of Scorpion Capital and a couple other groups. We are an early stage investment group. We take interest in seed, angel, pre-A and A. Check sizes between 30,000 and 300,000. We do equity and convertible notes. Occasionally we do a safe note. While we are sector agnostic, we focus on things that improve the human condition. So no cannabis, no online betting, no esports, no twerking apps and the like. The goal here in this session for me is to provide value, provide input, and I wish you all the best and my gratitude to the Startup Network. You guys do great work. I cannot tell you how precious what you do is to most of us. So thank you. And to all my friends, hello to you.
Thanks, Jordan. Okay, we still have the, okay, you're welcome.
Hello everyone. Again, like I said earlier on, it's very exciting to be here, joining some great coordinators and organizers of the startup from Startup Network. My role is actually as a CEO of the startup is to make sure that we have the great startups that are coming out of Africa to be investment ready, and also help them to have access to both local and global market. We have some great startups that are coming out of here, and my aim here is to make sure that I'll give my own contribution and my own validation, just so that the best may win. But to investors, please start looking at the unicorn battle. Is very critical for us because coming to Africa, it really means a lot to change the way startups in Africa are really growing. They've added more value, so it's really a pleasure being part of this team. And also I'm also a partner to the Startup Network for Africa as well. So may the best today win, and just let's connect and see what is it that we can do from Africa and the rest of the world. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. I think we can actually start the competition because those juries who are coming will have the chance to present themselves after the big startup finishes pitching, so in the middle of our pitching session. So stay tuned, and I would like to invite the first startup for pitching. This is Lyra from Australia, and hi, Juxi. Hi, Juxi.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, great. How's the weather in Australia?
It's
Hopefully
good.
fine.
It's starting to get summer. The sun is rising in probably like 2 hours here. So yeah, let's see if that.
So you didn't sleep the whole night?
I have a lot of coffee me already, so see if I can make it.
Okay.
All right, can you see the
we
slides?
We see the presentation, it's fine.
Wonderful. Oh, all right. Thanks for the introduction. I'm Juxi Leitner. I'm co-founder and managing director of Lyra Robotics. We are based here in Brisbane in Australia, and we create smart picking and packing robotic solutions. In fact, we want to have 100,000 of these robotic systems out there doing picking and packing by the end of the decade. So why is that actually important? We're facing actually one of the biggest challenges in the 21st century is how to secure, safe, and reliably build supply chains that actually provide us with the goods and services that we require. In Australia, one of the biggest ones is the food supply chain, with more than 27% increase of the horticulture exports year on year. But a lot of that work is transient labor force, or particularly backpackers, people that come into the country to help with that. And right now, in the next 9 months, there's more than 26,000 of these jobs that are going to be unfilled. And that's why we see a huge potential for robotic systems to perform picking and packing operations in the agriculture sector. And we've seen a growth, more than 20% growth of advanced robotic systems, and an immediate surge of interest in what they call no-contact packing of produce, meaning removing some of the labor, removing some of the people in the food supply chain. So how did we start doing this? We at Lyra developed, designed, and deployed the world's first fresh produce pattern packing robotic system. What did that actually mean? It's a robotic system, as you can see here on the right. It allows for any fruit and any vegetable to be packed in any pattern, and we can do that at any time in any place. As you can see, we're picking avocados, mangoes, we've done lemon, limes, chili, dragon fruit, passion fruit, quite a wide range of items. And this is only possible because of what we call Lyra machine intelligence. Lyra machine intelligence is a tight integration between robotic vision, machine learning, and robotic grasping. So the brain, the eyes, and the hands of a robotic system. This is based on more than a decade of our own robotic research. And it's really a system that allows not just our robotic systems to become very smart and pick up anything that you throw in front of them, but also industrial robotic systems to do that. So you can see on the bottom, we have explored other markets as well, including e-commerce, where we actually won the Amazon Robotics Challenge with a robotic system that's 5 times less costly and scored almost 20% better than the second place team. And those were teams from Panasonic to Toshiba from an industry side point of view, but also MIT, Princeton, and University of Tokyo from an academic point of view. So we are deploying these robotic systems, and the benefits of these robotic systems in our beachhead market, which is fresh produce packing, is improved throughput and reduced reliability of labor force. These robotic systems are plug and play, and a lot of work has been placed on ensuring that these robotic systems can be deployed in less than an hour from arriving on site. We also offer a pay-as-a-go option, a robotics as a service option. If you're interested, reach out to us. We're in the middle of a race right now, and feel free to ask me questions now. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. You're in good timing. And dear judges, your turn. Let's do this Q&A session. Who want to be the first?
Thank you for doing this, sir. This looks wonderful. 2 questions. One is an odd one, and one is not. The regular one is, what's the ROI to your end customer? Is this focused on large corporate type customers, or is it applicable to the small and medium? And the odd question is, how does that contribute to the progress of humanity other than automation and speed? Why is that relevant to us right now?
Yeah, wonderful question. I'll start with the second one because I like the odd ones. The part of it is clearly automation, but we see ourselves on the mission to reduce the reliability of people requiring to do what we call dirty, dull, and dangerous tasks. So we don't want people to need to do tasks that are, backbreaking, where they stand in the field for a long time, where they, physically are doing labor that, is dangerous to them. And that's where we see a huge potential of automation. Furthermore, it reduces wastage. There's a lot of waste that actually happens in the process because the right labor force is not available at the right time. And so there's actually quite a lot of, leaky faucets in that food supply chain, as well as in other supply chains. And I guess that sort of comes back to the first point. What's the ROI? The ROI is not just based on, the labor force itself. We have options where we sell the robotic system as an outright sell, but we also have the robotic as a service solutions to the customer. But the ROI is not just on, as I mentioned, the labor force, but also these value adds in terms of traceability, reducing of wastage, and really the flexibility for some of these packing sheds to operate at longer times.
Is there a model for the small and medium farmers so they can compete with the big boys?
Yeah, definitely. That's very interesting, especially on the robots as a service model, where quite literally you rent it out like you currently get transient labor force, so you pay them per hour. Ideally, we would have a seasonal aspect to it, like a couple of weeks. So in the avocado aspect, for example, here in Australia, we deployed a robotic system for part of the peak season when there's really a significant throughput and the labor force is not available. There's also the option to share the robotic system between different packing sheds. And that is really sort of one of the core capabilities that our Lyra machine intelligence can do. We transition from packing one fruit to the other one in usually 10 to 15 minutes. So we've done this from avocados to limes to mangoes by just quite literally switching out some of these eyes and hands parts, so the gripping system and the vision system, and it goes again after like a quarter of an hour.
Thank you very much, Juxi. Time is up, and I'm excited to present the next startup who's number 2, who's called WebGap. And I'm sorry if I mispronounce the name, but hi, Juicy. Hi, Juicy. That's the first time I read this name.
Oh, I was on mute. Hello, everyone. I'm Guy. I'm the co-founder of WebGap.
Oh, great.
Americans call me Guy because,
Okay.
they struggle with foreign-sounding names.
That was a challenge, sorry.
Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen okay there?
Yes, it's perfect.
Very good. So this is my very short pitch. There's a lot of slides missing, but here is WebGap in a nutshell. We're an award-winning web security provider. We were recognized by Enterprise Security Magazine just recently. And we are the developer of the world's most scalable and cost-effective remote browser isolation platform. We built the first of these platforms for the US federal government. We have a notable anchor investor in place and 100 paying beta customers on board. And we're currently preparing to launch our enterprise platform. But since launching our MVP, we received over 5 different acquisition approaches, 3 of which turned into serious acquisition offers, which told us we're doing something right. And I think it's the problem we're trying to solve. It's a big problem. The web browser is the world's most commonly used application, but it's also the single biggest source of malware. According to Gartner, most web attacks, most cyber attacks, target the end user as they use the browser, as they use the internet as they would normally. And our current security tools are failing to protect us against malware, ransomware, and any number of browser-based cyber attack risks all of us face when we use the internet that target businesses every day. So the solution in our minds is a very simple idea. Your web browser is an open window to the internet, and through that window crawls the bad stuff, but your web browser should not be living locally on your local machine, in your local networks. It's quite naturally going to let the bad guys in through that open door. We think that your browser should be physically isolated from your local machine into the cloud, so that any malicious stuff you pick up while you're browsing, ransomware, for example, is physically isolated into the cloud too. Effectively, what we're saying is you physically isolate your web browsing activity away from your machine and your local networks. And here's what that looks like. You request a web page, we fetch it, we destroy it, and we rebuild it, stripping it of any potentially malicious code. We then show it to the user who consumes its contents as they would normally. It looks and feels like the real web page. It's a sanitized, puritized version of the internet, though, free of any malicious code. We had a great 12-month private beta program. We got some great companies signing up, including Canadian, US militaries, a number of defense contractors, PayPal, big banks, and a bunch of different companies. And we've been refining our core development to get us to the point where we can launch our enterprise platform, which is, we're almost there. And this is the market we're looking at. There are about 120 million Americans who use their browsers every day for work. Gartner tells us at least 20% of these, 25 million users, will adopt some kind of remote browsing solution. So we think the cost of capturing a big number of these users, the majority of these users, is to lower the cost of browser isolation to the point where it's inexpensive enough for the mainstream to adopt, to unlock that mainstream mass market adoption, which is what we're trying to solve. We're trying to bring to market the most scalable, cost-effective remote browser platform on earth. And that is WebGap.
Your time is up, so I have to stop you.
No problem.
Let's move to Q&A session. Dear judges, floor is yours.
Hi, Bas here. Nice presentation. Nice slide, this last one. I'm wondering, profit. Your marketing costs, do you spend anything on marketing? Or
Well, we haven't had budget. So what we've done is a really strong job on guerrilla marketing, which is content marketing. So if you Google remote browser, or what is a remote browser, or what is browser isolation, we're always on the first page. We've had a tremendous flow of inbound leads over the last 12, 18 months. Pretty much, this is where all these logos came from. I mean, pretty much everybody who is looking for some kind of browser isolation solution has reached out and talked to us over the last 12, 18 months. And it's because our space is so small, but also because we've got such great visibility if you search for the terms that relate to what we do. So we've had no marketing spend, and we've got a CRM system full of great opportunities, not including our private beta customers who actually signed up to our private beta program. These are the people we're developing the platform for, really.
Thanks. And regarding, for instance, such a brand as PayPal, would that mean that there's 2 employees of PayPal using it on an individual level, or did you really sign an enterprise contract with them?
So PayPal, they sign up as our private beta customer, specifically, interesting use case for their fraud investigation division. Dual use for WebGap. It's not just a way of protecting yourself from the bad stuff on the internet. It's also a way of browsing the internet in an unattributable fashion, in a way that can't be traced back to you. So it's helpful for fraud investigation teams, for example. It's an interesting side use case that PayPal was specifically interested in. But yeah, browser isolation solves a lot of pain when it comes to bad stuff trying to touch you on the internet. And that was one of their pains.
Thanks.
I have a question. How do you compare with Cloudflare and Akamai? Seems like they might be doing some of the same things.
Akamai don't have an isolation solution capability. Cloudflare do. They bought our competitor S2 Systems recently, $35 million. Most of our competitors keep getting snapped up around us, where we've said no to others haven't. But in Cloudflare's case, they've got a product called S2 Systems. And S2 they've been around about as long as we have, but that is their browser isolation capability. When they were acquired, as far as we understood, they didn't really have any real customers. It was a fairly new technology they brought to market. So in answer, what Cloudflare brings to the market is the bulk and weight of their operation, their existing business, and their customer footprint. The technology they're bringing to market for browser isolation is really a new and untested technology. It's not in any more of a mature state than ours is. It also makes a number of technical choices that are very, very different. We chose to do things differently than others. I think because we've been doing this for so long. My partner and I were defense contractors before this. We built some of the world's first browser isolation platforms for the US federal government. We've only just stopped working on those projects over the last couple of years, but WebGap is a distillation of the knowledge gleaned from building these platforms for very serious government organizations as cage code registered defense contractors. I mean, I still am a defense contractor, and we've brought that knowledge to WebGap. Really, what we're building here is the browser isolation platform I think the US federal government needs. Which is why you see.
So your time is up.
Yeah, thank you very much. And
no problem.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Let's meet our startup number 3, who is from the UK. Hi, Elsa. Are you here?
Hi, Marina. I'm here.
Oh, great. Nice style.
May I say something before Elsa starts? Guys, sorry about that. If you're pitching, keep your answers short and brief, because we have a lot of questions. And if we don't get a chance to ask you, we're going to learn less about you. So the briefer the answers, the happier you will make us as judges.
Thanks, Jordan. Okay, Elsa, the floor is yours. We see your presentation. Let's start.
So if you have a brain, you have an unconscious bias. You wouldn't expect a manager to say, I wouldn't hire her because she is a woman. But what stops them from thinking that because you are a woman, you can't do the job as well as a man can? Now, the same goes for all minority groups. This year, unconscious bias became the topic of several conversations following unfortunate events. Job Seekers was created for such a time as this. It was founded on the following premises. Unconscious bias hinders diverse recruitment. Diverse teams outperform their competitors by over 40% in profitability. Culture is the glue that holds an organization together, and video is the future. Over 80% of millennials consider how they fit into a company's culture before taking on a role. Now, Job Seekers is a careers platform mitigating unconscious bias at the sourcing and screening stage of recruitment to increase diversity and inclusion and to decrease churn. You start off discovering companies and swiping right to apply for jobs. The platform produces an overall percentage fit score, as can be seen highlighted in red, which is presented to the employer anonymously. Candidates are matched to employers based on their culture alignment and competency to the job role. This is Job Seekers USP, curated by GCHQ. The employer pays a fee to reveal and engage with selected candidates. Thereafter, our in-app video tools drastically reduce time and cost in the interview process. Now, if you're comparing us to another job site, you get more than a CV, you get a pre-qualified candidate. Or if you're comparing us to a recruitment agency, you get a candidate that fits to the company's culture, the job opportunity, all at a fraction of the cost. Job Seekers is free for employers to post jobs and for candidates to use the platform. An employer purchases a package of applicant credits where 1 applicant credit equates to 1 applicant. We launched in April 2020. We have over 40 employers on the platform and 4,000 candidates. We're in partnerships with 6 universities, and our MRR is $2,300. All this has been achieved by various lead generation tools costing $72 a month, leading to an MRR of $3,900 by the end of this month. Additionally, with a monthly spend of $100 on Facebook and Instagram paid advertising, we gained 400 to 500 signups. All this has been achieved by this team with complementary skills in recruitment, technology, marketing, all under our chairman, David Moffat, one of the founding members of Monster Jobs Worldwide. We have taken part in and won several competitions. Now, our MRR is $2,300, translating to 15 credits sold per month. We're on track for an MRR of $3,900, translating to 30 credits sold. Continuing at this rate, selling 3,000 credits per month, our MRR will be $385,000. We believe we can hit this by 2025, if not sooner. We're currently raising our next round to enhance our technology, increase our presence in the UK, and penetrate the US market. Now, my name is Dr. Elsa Zakang. Thank you very much for listening, and I will take your questions.
Thank you so much. And Q&A session. Dear judges, who want to be the first?
Elsa, to see the candidate, how much do I have to pay you?
So you can purchase a package of applicant credits. We range from 5, 15, and 30, at which point each credit is £100. So that is £500, £1,500, or £3,000. Or we have recruiter packages where the credits are £50 per credit. So it goes right up to 180 credits.
So a really dumb question. Are people going to spend the credits on a candidate unless they really want them?
People are going to spend credits on a candidate that they want for the job. So the way job seekers works is that as an employer, you're looking at a candidate that has seen or that you see matches to your company's culture and to the job opportunity. So people are spending credits on the candidates that fit the most or have the highest percentage fit score to your whole company as a whole.
You don't think it's going to discourage me from looking at more candidates? Just, it's fine. We'll take it offline. We'll take it offline.
Okay.
Any more questions to Elsa?
Well, in that case, what's the validation of this method? I like it, but I'm just a little bit unsure about whether it will work or not. Tell me, how do you know it works?
Well, we have at the moment 49 clients actually on the platform, including the likes of Telefonica, which is the global communications company. And we have seen success with roles ranging from £30,000, salaries of £30,000 per year, right up until £65,000. So they've recruited even for their head of marketing role on the platform. And we're seeing the same trend as with SMEs and with other clients that we're signing on, including one of the big recruitment a company in Manchester called Brandwood is the biggest real estate company in Manchester. So I would say that the proof really is in how many paid customers we've been getting, especially since our launch, regardless of the pandemic and the economic uncertainties. It's been working so far, but obviously we keep working as well to enhance the technology to make sure that we increase our accuracy as well.
So how do you help the companies evolve culturally? Because I am forced to select people blindly. How do you get to a point where you do closed loop to help me understand this isn't going to be just a forced choice? I'm going to adjust my thinking and my behavior.
So first of all, regarding the culture is user generated from the company side as well as from the candidate's perspective. Now, obviously, we're matching that culture based on that. Now, if a company wants to fix or address their culture in-house, that is a service that we're offering on a specific basis, or that's a different space. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you, ma'am. Really well done. I'm impressed with what you're trying to do. Really nice.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elsa. And startup number 4 for today is from South Africa, and it's AI startup called Hamba. Hi, Clinton. Could you tell us more about your startup?
Hello, everybody. This is Kartik from Johannesburg. It's storming here. Nice to meet you. Okay, let me just share my screen.
Yeah, sure.
Lilia knows. From this
Yes, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so let me start now. So yes, we are Hamba. Hamba is a Zulu word, which means to move, and we are an AI company, so we're trying to move in a more intelligent way. This is something that all of us experiences, right? I mean, we know that there's an ecosystem out there, but there's one ecosystem that we actually interact with on a constant basis, and that is actually the city. And at the city, there's multiple elements that works together in this ecosystem, and we take data and we make intelligent decisions based on that. Everybody has experienced this at some point in their lives, where they're stuck at a traffic light. The traffic light is red. You see no oncoming vehicles, and you think to yourself, surely this traffic light needs to be a little bit more intelligent to allow me to pass through. So why do we have this problem? Even though the traffic light is actually the heart of such an ecosystem in an urban environment, it has seen very little innovation over time. It was invented 175 years ago, and as technology has progressed, there's been some incremental innovations. From 1960, from the advent of computers to date, there's been incremental innovations in the form of electromagnetic loops, camera technology, and countdown sort of traffic light systems. But we know that urbanization is increasing at an exponential rate. By 2050, we see 7 billion people anticipate them to be in an urban environment. And then we have the 7-year curse. For example, in the US itself, traffic light is updated every 7 years. So how adaptable are these traffic lights to modern growth? So that's where Hamba comes in. We're an AI company, and we do dynamic traffic light timing, as well as mobility solutions using AI. So many apps can tell you where traffic is, but at Hamba, we can tell you where traffic is going to be in the future. And there's a phenomenal benefits that you can experience with our solutions. So what we do, we gather data from multiple sources, load sharing data, which is something like blackouts and rollouts, vehicle data, map data, weather data, and we overlay this and pass it into our optimization engine. There's three outputs that come through from our machine learning platform, which is temporal optimization, which is your dynamic traffic light, spatial optimizations for routing for the likes of logistic, public transport, and predictive models. We pass this into a simulation environment, wrap it into a front end that's an application for smart cities, public transport prioritization, and last mile deliveries. And we foresee many future use cases using our technology. So in summary, we take the past, we predict the future, and we do that dynamically and in real time. This is an example of a digital twin simulation we did for Sandton City, one of South Africa's most congested cities. If we just have to zoom into it in a little bit more detail, on the left is the existing traffic data. We take real data over a period of a year, and we pass this as a digital twin simulation on our optimization. And you can see the differences in color. The more blue means it's a lot more smoother, efficient flowing traffic. So what does this translate to, and what does this mean for people in general, right? We know carbon emissions is a big issue. In fact, transportation is the second largest contributor of carbon emissions. We reduce that by 26%, and that's done by reducing wait time as well as travel time. Why do we care? Just as an example, that average blue-collar worker in South Africa takes four taxis to get to their point of destination, and 4 taxis back at home. They leave as early as 4 a.m. in the morning. There's a host of technologies that support us.
I apologize, but I have to interrupt you.
Sure.
So, judges, I guess Jordan exactly have a new picture by himself.
Why do you pick on me all the time?
No,
Clinton, what's the value proposition? How does the business work? Take 15 seconds and just give it to us real quick.
So it's a software as a service platform. We sell the service platform into cities or logistic companies. For cities, we charge a per traffic light intersection for dynamic traffic light timing. We've got an API platform as well as a full stack solution. And for logistics, we charge per mile for efficiency. So what we do for logistics is predicting delivery patterns.
Why do the cities care to solve that problem? Typically, cities are not that interested in these things.
I think, what we're finding more and more that cities are trying to address the urbanization issue. They understand that congestion is an issue globally, and a lot of technologies aren't there to support it. This is using AI and using data to drive that agenda. And we see that in first world countries as well as developing countries.
So I have a question. Google is pretty good at this stuff, and they have quite a bit of data. And I know personally, even with Waze and their regular maps, they still can't understand where I want to drive and what my best path is. I just wonder. You'll need a ton of data. They have more data. I'm just curious as to how do you think you can really make an impact on this?
Yeah, so our end customer is not actually the end user who has an app on his phone that's trying to route daily. And I think Google does it extremely well in terms of telling you what your route is now today if you're going to move from one place to another. What we do is assist in planning for the future for logistics, and then also using the data for dynamic traffic light timing. So it's not necessarily showing me to move from one route to another, but rather how do I plan my logistics? How do I plan using a forecasting model? And we overlay weather data, and we buy our data from providers like the likes of Here and TomTom. So it's a robust data set.
Right. But my question goes to, will it really work? I mean, if Google can't really make this, Google is good, but it's not perfect. And that's my personal experience. And so I'm just wondering, and they have a lot of data. So wouldn't you need to get a massive amount of data to make this work?
Yes, and we do have a massive amount of data. Look, we'll never compare to the likes of a Google in terms of their data sources. But again, we're not trying to determine that I'm going to be able to get you to a destination by the minute. What we're trying to say is that if I need to deliver a parcel, I can deliver it within a delivery window of half an hour or an hour. And we've been able to prove that with very high confidence. Our model can predict traffic at an hour interval. And then in terms of dynamic traffic light timing, Google's not doing that, right? That's a smart city solution that we're looking at that can leverage Google's data in order to do, to do just that. It's using AI to dynamically change traffic lights.
Clinton, do you have any validation from this project already? Because your customers definitely show that this should be this is government. Do you have, what about the government of South Africa or any other countries? Have they validated this program already?
Absolutely. So for South Africa, we're dealing with the city of Cape Town, and we in fact are going to do a digital twin study for them. And in the UK, we've made a significant progress. South Africa takes time. I think you know that more than anybody else. In the UK, it took us 6 months to sign up Cambridge, and we're going to do a pilot in Cambridge with regards to our solution. And that it was scheduled for May, but because of COVID, it's moved to January.
Thank you very
Is
much.
this
Time is up, unfortunately, and welcome to meet the next startup, who is called Netron, who is from the US. Hi, Alex. Are you ready to pitch?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Let me get my screen up.
Hi.
Hi.
We see you. Let's start.
Okay, I'll get right to it. Yeah. Hi, I'm Alex Costco from New York in the USA. I'm the founder and CEO of Natron. At Natron, we're developing the next generation of large-scale batteries to make solar power safer and more affordable than ever before for homes, businesses, and the US military. The widespread implementation of solar power is really only achievable through the use of energy storage systems consisting of large batteries so that excess power can be stored for later use when it's needed. But there's a huge problem with current battery technology. If you take New York City, for instance, this is Joseph Lipari, who's a solar installer in New York, and his business has been stagnating because there's currently not a single battery that meets the fire safety regulations required by the city. And it's clear why. This is a solar battery that exploded in Arizona last year, injuring 4 firefighters, and this was one of over 25 such incidents worldwide over the last 2 years. And so the safety shortcomings of current batteries are the single greatest obstacle in the path of solar power proliferation. There's currently a market that will be worth $14.4 billion by 2025 that isn't being addressed by anyone except Natron. So what we're doing is, while current lithium batteries rely on a liquid component that can boil and catch fire, and this requires external cooling and electronics to try to address this instability to only inflate costs further. Our new System 6 technology pairs a proprietary new solid electrolyte ceramic with an inherently affordable sodium-ion architecture to completely eliminate fire risk and also reduce costs. In fact, we'd be able to produce System 6 for 40% less on a cost per kilowatt-hour basis than leading lithium-ion batteries. We intend to launch a 16 kilowatt-hour System 6 product by 2023 for residential commercial solar arrays. And here's how it would stack up against leading competitors. As you can see, it would not only attain the necessary fire safety certifications for our target verticals, but also possess a massive cost advantage. Here's how we're doing it. We're partnered with AMT Power, which is building one of the world's first sodium battery gigafactories in Scotland. They'll contract manufacture our System 6 cells, while MEPTEC will assemble the battery packs. In New York, we're partnering with local solar installers like Joseph to bundle System 6 with their solar products. And because of the huge military potential of our technology, we're also able to leverage Defense Department grants to fund R&D and pave our way towards government contracts. So we're on track to pilot 50 to 600 kilowatt-hour trailer-mounted System 6 modules by 2022 at U.S. bases in Guam and Kabul, with which we've been collaborating. And here's our team, led by yours truly and my partner Tom, with aspects of R&D headed by Dr. Lou and Dr. Bernardello at Binghamton University and City University. We also got Harlan Kafalis, base commander at Fort Sill, and John Tuck, who is also our liaison to AMT, an equity holder in our company. So thanks so much for listening, and I'm now available for Q&A.
So if I understand this right, this is storage for solar energy. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. There's a lot of people trying to solve this, and I think you're on your slide. You have Tesla and some of the others. A lot of people have tried to do this. Are you using a different chemistry than lithium-ion batteries?
Correct. Yep. So we're using a sodium-ion battery architecture, which results in a lot of material cost efficiencies. And we're also currently the only startup developing a solid-state sodium-ion battery to remove the fire risk.
Okay. I mean, battery. We invested in a couple of battery companies. It's a really hard problem. Finding a new material, there's trillions of possibilities. Has it passed some sort of in the wireless space? You need to be able to pass like a 500 cycle test without degradation. Have you passed anything like that? Something similar?
Yes. So we have a 5,000 cycle lifespan, which is equivalent to about 20 years of service. So given that average solar panels don't last longer than 25 years anyway, it's a perfect fit. Yeah.
You passed the equivalent of a 20-year lifetime test?
Yes. So right. Yeah, obviously you don't actually test it for 20 years, but yeah, based on degradation rate, you can extrapolate pretty accurately.
Accelerated. Huh. Okay.
Alex, I think the audience didn't get the differentiator of what you offer. Can you give it to us in bullets, please? Bullet 1, 2, 3. Hit.
Differentiators. So intrinsic safety. We don't rely on battery management systems or cooling. We have it basically through the solid electrolyte. That's our proprietary tech. Second is that it's much more affordable than lithium batteries. 40% reduction costs on a cost per kilowatt hour basis. And so those two combined make it perfect fit for stationary energy storage.
And do you have any field trials, prototypes, POCs? I missed that if you said it.
So, right. So basically we'd be having our first pilots and demos in 2022. So right now what we're doing is a scale up from our battery cell MVP to our battery pack MVP.
And assuming you raise the funds you desire, what would that give us as an investor in a year or two? What would that be in terms of product, revenue, market?
Sure. Yeah. So in our first year, through this partnership with AMT, in our first year, we'd be able to sell 2,000 units and then basically quintuple production year over year from there. And it's because of the huge capacity of this gigafactory resource that they're developing. And so we intend to break even by 2027.
Thank you very much, Alex. Time is up. So let's meet our next startup, who is from India, who is called Purple Tutor. Hi, Gaurav.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Sure, and we see your presentation also.
Great. So I'll start.
Yes.
Great. Hi, everybody. My name is Gaurav Purdy, and I'm representing Purple Tutor. We are in the space of live class for children on coding using artificial intelligence. Our aim is to deliver very high quality learning, which is adaptive, standardized to a curriculum, and personalized to the user. And our belief right now is the fact that the future of education is virtual. Education is moving offline. It's moved from offline to online because of high bandwidth of internet, as well as a high expected growth rate of the market. And COVID-19 has actually accelerated this change drastically over this last couple of months. We've seen 1 billion plus learners actually affected by this. And online education is actually here to stay because of the fact that there is deeper learning that takes place and there's better retention at the same time. And coding is the subject that we are teaching, but we believe it is the new frontier because it is mainstream. It's becoming mainstream in terms of part of curriculum. In developed markets, it's already part of the school curriculum. It is a space where there are large companies that are getting created. In fact, there's a company called White Hat Junior that got a 300 million valuation in 18 months since inception and was bought by a 10 billion plus company. And the demand of coding as a product, we've surveyed, we've seen it, and we're present in 20 plus countries. The demand is global in nature. What is the solution? Well, there are different types of learning platforms that exist. There is self-learning, which typically requires motivated users. But at the same time, what happens over there is the fact that completion rates are low. If you look at recorded content, completion rates are low. The fun starts really happening when you're looking at live classes where there's interactive, customized learning, and completion rates are upwards of 90%. And what we offer is a live class where the teacher and student interact via a webcam. The teacher's at the other end. and we serve it a target segment of 6 to 16 years, and we are teaching coding via live classes. This is some of the stuff what students do. So lower age students, younger students, typically go on block-based programming and learn the basics of programming concepts, algorithms, look at the projects, animations, look at app development, students, what they do. Older student, for example, this is a Python project which a student does. I just played for you, and you can see this is made using a Python library, and it's a grade 8 student in US which actually made this. How we have done, in fact, we've grown very aggressively since we started. We were revenue generating from day one, September 2019. We've been growing 50 to 70% month on month. This is the revenue run rates, and we're already at a $250,000 annual revenue rate. In fact, we're present in 20 plus countries. These are actual revenue numbers, by the way, hard cash hitting into the bank account. That's how we've seen it. In the international markets, we've grown aggressively over the last couple of months, growing even 80-90%. Last month we grew about 40-50%. This is about 25,000 registered users. Sorry, I'm just going a little ahead. I apologize. 25,000 registered users on the platform is what we have. We have an outstanding NPS score. As a matter of fact,
you have to stop, and we are moving to our Q&A session. Let's do that.
Sure.
So, dear judges,
take 30 seconds and finish off with the key messages. Go.
Yeah, so we have a great NPS score, great renewal rates coupled with that. And what do we do right now? In fact, we have great content, delivery, curriculum, and pedagogy with great teachers. As a matter of fact, our differentiation in the long run is to create an AI-based teacher. It's a tutor bot. It's a disruptive concept. Essentially, in the first stage, it will be actually, aiding and building a set of super tools for the teacher. It's a concept that allows a human teacher to become a super tutor by giving them a set of super tools. With more development, we aim to get very high quality learning, which is adaptive, standardized to a curriculum, and personalized to the user. In the end state, it may become unaided. That's our moonshot.
Just give us the high points. How do you generate revenue, and where are you going, please?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Give us the high points. How do you generate revenue? Where are you going with this, please?
This is our revenue numbers. We're already at a $250,000 annual run rate.
How do you generate revenue, sir?
We sell courses. We sell courses on computer science to parents of children.
Got it. Right. And what's your CAC LTV ratios, please?
Yeah, so we have a gross margin of about 24% on the business.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more questions, please? Okay, so thank you very much. Okay.
Hi, can I just ask a quick question? Hi, this is Subrata here. So what's your plan to catch up with Whitehead Junior? You yourself said that they are the #1 right now.
Right. So I think the way I look at it, Subrata, is that we are building what we call as a disruptive concept called the AI teacher, which is going to be aiding the human teacher initially. So it will really bring down the cost. The fact is that when you're going to be looking at Whitehead Junior, they have tens and thousands of teachers, right? Now, the problem over there with a high amount of teachers is the fact that you really can't standardize curriculum. There's a huge problem of teacher quality of delivery. Right. The fact is that it is just not standardized, and there are huge problems around it, and it's already happening with them. We see it in the platform, right? Once you're able to get the AI teacher, it's a set of tools right now. Initially, you're able to solve this in a much better way, and that's how we've built the platform. Even today, we have a whole mechanism to ensure that the teaching quality is of a much superior standard. And in fact, if you see our NPS score of 74 coupled with the renewal rate, we need to say that 9 out of 10 customers actually sign up and continue with us. They are a testament to the quality and the model that we have developed even today, right? So we're going to catch up with them in that.
Gaurav, your time is up. And now we will have a very short break between the pitching because we have some new juries who joined us and would like to make a short intro. And by the way, we have a very special guest at the moment, who is the president of Global Technology Symposium, Alexander Johnson. Hi, Alexandra.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Sasha. Great to see you. Sasha is a great friend of ours. We had a wonderful season last time, right, Sasha?
They want me to say a few words now or wait for another break? Like, what would you like me to do?
We would like you to say words now, because I know you have something up your sleeve for our winners, right?
Yeah, the Global Technology Symposium has been in existence for 18 years. And yes, it is based in Silicon Valley. And we will look at the best companies around the world, and we invite leading venture funds to give feedback right on stage, pretty much, well, when it was offline. And this year, we did something very special. We partnered with a startup network, and because this is the most exciting platform, I would say, an online platform for global startups. And they manage their presentations on all the continents and all the countries. So instead of doing all this work in these uncertain times, and because they've been a part of the jury from several times, we just trusted them to bring the winners of the Unicorn battle from last year to our symposium. And let me tell you, it was fabulous. One company was from Hong Kong, one company was from Spain, and one company was from the US. And investors evaluating the companies represented top funds in Silicon Valley, like Sequoia, NDA, New Enterprise Associates, IVP, and combined wealth management is, billions. So this is the best platform where you pitch. And I'm looking forward to greeting the winners of today's, not today's, I guess that was like over the months, but the winners of the Unicorn Cup. In Silicon Valley, hopefully in person next October. If not, then we know what to do. The online platform is as efficient, and the winning companies that presented at the symposium this October, they actually had a follow on from our investors. So this is a good thing to do. And thank you again, the Startup Network, the Unicorn Cup. I'm thrilled to be a part of it too. I'm watching your companies closely, and whatever glimpses I had today into presenting companies even now, very impressive, because if one good thing happened as a result of the virus is that the world truly became one big platform, and it's ripe for opportunities. It's a good time to disrupt, to change industries, to make sure that our quality of life becomes better because of the technologies you bring to the world. And it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, and hopefully see you guys in October, next October.
Thank you, Sasha. We hope so too. Oh gosh, we miss this going all over the globe, but this is really great opportunities, guys. So you are pitching not towards being the winner of the Unicorn Cup, but also meeting great guys at the Global Technology Symposium. And it can be the best as it can get. And I see many more juries joining us as the sun goes up over our lovely California. Jim, great to see you. Maybe you would like to share what you are investing in, check size, what industry you're looking for.
Me, you're talking to?
Yes.
Okay, Jim Simmons, Simmons Goodspeed Ventures, and we do deep tech hardware sorts of companies. We're primarily focused now on our current portfolio companies, raise another fund in a couple of years. And it's always exciting to see great entrepreneurs worldwide, like these.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Sasha, for cheering up our future winners. Marina?
Yeah, thanks, Anna. Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Alexander. Thanks, Jim. Anybody wants to jump in for the jury entry? Still have the chance. I
would love to hear from Daniela Herman. She looks extremely interesting.
Exactly. We're waiting for Daniela. Hi, Daniela. Hopefully.
Daniela, you're muted. Please unmute yourself.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm sorry. Very nice to be here. Thank you so much. I think this is all amazing. And being myself an entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur now, I'm amazed to see how you all managed to also put the globe into one garden, I always say. So thank you to the organizers, and thank you to the judges giving us such a prominent platform here for the startups to uprise. My passion is to grow and scale companies with my team members, and we are active globally, industry agnostic, geography agnostic. We have a principle of triple E, meaning we develop economic, ecological, and ethical values. So our companies need to have that DNA, but a lot of them are in tech, tech biased companies, and ourselves, we're also involved in fintech. Our background is in the investment advisory, business consultancy, and finance consultancy. Thank you so much for asking.
Thank you so much, Daniela, and thanks for supporting our events all the time.
Thank you.
I see a lot of really nice juries from Europe, but maybe they just want to keep silent a little bit. So one more chance to jump in. Okay, so then we are going back to our pitching competition, and let's greet our next startup, who is called RepairNet, and it's from Kenya. Hi, Owen, are you ready to pitch? Owen, hi.
Hi, yes, I am very ready to pitch.
Hi.
I'm sharing my screen now. There you go. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see the screen.
All right, thank you guys. Hi everyone, my name is Owen Sakawa, and I am the founder and CEO of RepairNet. And at RepairNet, we're enabling car owners to get certified mechanics wherever they are, whenever they want. So after sales and car maintenance remains the most riddle challenges. We've all been there before. Your car is making odd noises, you take it to the shop, $800 later, your car is back up and running, and you wonder to yourself, did it really need all that work? Maybe just an oil change will have done the trick. What you don't know is there could be some hidden charges. We are here to bring the gap between mechanics and the emerging market. Our mission as RepairNet is to leverage technology to build the mobility platform of the future, powered by AI, to replace shops' physical infrastructure, allowing our users to save money, time, and get quality services. Also, we also empower our mechanics to get a grip of their lives, and they get to make more money and get empowered. All you have to do to use the platform is to submit the make, the model of your car, and the result for your service. Our AI engine takes the measure to find you the best mechanic for your service in less than 60 seconds, and all our pricing is calculated by a fair price calculator. We have a fast move advantage in Africa, looking at least 48% of car owners who prefer mobile mechanics. Our total addressable market starts at $900 million, and a RepairNet opportunity starts at $135 million a year. We make our money by collecting a 15% transaction fee from our mechanics and our business partners. So our users and customer service have been really in love with our platform. We acquire customers through online marketing, and we get 5 times return on our customer acquisition cost. In the first 6 months of operation, we were able to get 1,600 mechanics and 16,000 car owners in the platform. And we made at least 162 MRR, and we're doubling users and revenue every month. So there's a very strong potential for RepairNet, as evident by some of the startups with the similar models in other markets. However, we face a lot of competition from traditional garages, but we set ourselves apart by offering an on-demand car repair service at a convenient location, 7 days a week, and provide a fair and transparent upfront quote with no hidden fees. All our services are backed by a 90 days guarantee on spare parts and car repairs that have been done. Led by an experienced serial entrepreneur with one exit, we are backed by an outstanding team of subject matter experts in software, sales and marketing, management, and also not forgetting our advisors who are leading experts in the automotive and software industry. Thank you, and I welcome any questions.
Dear jurors, any more questions?
Yeah, from me. Hello. Nice presentation. I noticed you have a very high recurring rate, 94%. How's that possible? Aren't there any people that want to do direct deal with the mechanic later on?
No. So the thing is, the kind of services that we are offering at RepairNet, we are backing all our services, having a 3-month guarantee on all our spare parts and all our services that we do. And we retain our customers because we give them a 30% discount on all the services that are done compared to how they could normally get charged when they go to traditional garages. So our customer acquisition is also very high, and we're seeing the users being doubled every month.
So is that those returns or guarantees or the other elements you were mentioning, are they included in the customer acquisition cost in some way, or would it then look a little bit less shiny?
They are also included as well. However, we also have other revenue streams like insurance as a service and towing, or also called roadside assistance.
Cool. And this is now Kenya only. Are you expanding or plans to expand outside?
We are in the process of expanding, and we expect to be in South Africa by Q1 2021, and we're looking to even grow to other African countries in the next 6 months.
Nice one. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have still time, around 30 seconds for questions.
Thanks, Lilia, for reminding. Lilia is today our questions keeper.
Yeah, dear judges, please don't forget to vote, because we are watching the results and we know who is not with us. So let's move on. We are...
yeah, you want to present the next startup?
Yes, no. Yeah. It's one from my region. Muncher? So actually,
It's from Colombia. Hi, Juan. Do you hear us?
It's from South America. Sorry, not from my region, but okay. So you're ready? Dear Juan?
We don't hear you, Juan. Is your microphone?
Hello?
Oh,
my God.
Thanks, God.
Yes, thanks, God. I don't know what's going on. Hello, my name is Andres. I'm representing Colombia from Muncher. We are a Muncher is a food tech startup specialized in the building and renting of dark kitchens in shipping containers. We also operate our own delivery only restaurant brands within our own sites. This is our founding team, Juan, who is the CEO. He has more than 13 years in development and real estate. Nimi, who is our gastronomic chief, and myself, who I have experience in software and business development in many countries. Now we based our model understanding that there's for restaurants there are a lot of challenges, starting with inadequate infrastructure, difficult to find new locations for restaurants, high investment in rent, long delivery time, poor customer experience, ending up in a low repurchase rate. So how we do it, our solution is that we overhaul used containers, place them in the best locations, reaching a scalable and efficient dark kitchens model for a plug and play setup. These are some pictures of what we do and a final product. Our actual projected revenue, it's $2 million for 2020. We're already operating in 3 countries, Mexico, Colombia, and Peru in its main cities. And we're planning to open Brazil second semester of 2021. Currently, we have 24 sites with 169 dark kitchens already in place. We also have 2 restaurant brands in 8 locations. Currently, we have a $234,000 of consolidated revenue. We also have a validated market. We have excellent business traction and an excellent timing market. in terms of the market, we find that we could reach by 2024, based on Euromonitor, it will be at least 275,000 kitchens to be built in LATAM, in Latin America. We're planning to have 2,600 of this portion, becoming the biggest player in Latin America so far. The difference between our model and traditional.
Time is up, and I'm the timekeeper instead of Lilia at the moment.
Wow.
And, you have your time for questions. Dear juries, you're welcome.
Yes, from my side, how is this contributing to society, the kitchen, the dark kitchen, and why dark?
Yes, we honestly, we work in the dark kitchen segment, but we don't consider a dark kitchen per se. We consider an alternate kitchen. First of all, we contribute in terms of recycling and green economy, circular economy, I'm sorry, where we bring back to life shipping containers that are coming out of circulation, and they need to be melted in order to become steel again. We have calculated that at least to melt a container, each container represents the enough kilowatts to fulfill 4 families for a full year. And we're able to bring this back to life within our production line in order to bring down the oxygen carbon emissions. On the other hand, our own brands that we integrate with our own restaurants, we also do a lot of inclusion of low-tier families, especially single mothers, where our human resources team helps us with a very clear strategy to include this person. Those are 2 fast examples. I mean, we have more. I don't know if we have enough time, but those are 2 examples on each side.
Ask the next juries. There are a lot of other questions.
Hi, Andres. It's Miguel from Spain. Very short. Contact me. I'm quite interested in helping you to expand the model here in Spain. So I don't know if it is in your plans, but maybe we can have a chat.
Yes, thank you very much. We actually, we're very close to the Venture City and ESEX in Spain, where we have won also a competition so that we can look into a model to export it into Europe, starting with Spain.
Okay.
Your average $30,000, is that per what?
These $30,000 are for our
per
own,
month, per year, per quarter?
Per month, per kitchen that we, from our own restaurants. We have
what's your takeaway from that? How much do you take from that?
17% beat the margin.
Okay, so 17% of the 30 is what you get. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, got it.
That's only for our own restaurant business model, but we also have the other vertical where we build and we rent $1,000 per unit with a 40% EBITDA margin. So out of those $1,000, 40% are our margin.
So I have a question. I'm just wondering about the capital intensity, 15 to 20K per kitchen. How much ultimate capital would you need before you hit cash flow break even?
Well, we currently have been integrating a very interesting model on lending, where we have had a big input on 16.5 million of lending, and then a Series A round of close to 5 million. Right now,
thank you so much.
We have a break-even point already in this business model.
Okay. I have to ask you, just keep going in private chat or in general chat here. We have to move. I'm happy to introduce next participant, startup number 9, Real Rate. It's artificial intelligence one. So, dear Holger, please.
I'm here.
Oh yeah, I see you. Perfect.
Thank you, Liana.
It's also good.
So, welcome everybody. It's Real Rate from Berlin. Company ratings are slow and expensive. Even worse, they are biased. Rating agencies are paid to provide good rating results. This is a huge conflict of interest, fostering economic crisis. We hate it. We will change it. Hi, my name is Holger Bartel, CEO of RealRate. RealRate is a rating agency using explainable artificial intelligence to create fair, unbiased, and ethical company ratings. Our rating seal helps building customer trust. Removing the need for complex annual business reports, RealRate delivers easy to understand ratings that can be grasped in minutes, showing financial health using ethical methods, revolutionizing the rating markets. AI is great. We will make it even better. Why would you trust in artificial intelligence? There are self-driving Uber cars having fatal accidents. Why? Loans are being rejected by AI. Was it fair? We make AI explainable. There's no black box with RealRate. We developed an award-winning AI software. It's a neural network, and we built in explainability. Making financial health explainable, we show the strengths and weaknesses. Based on published annual reports, the AI is totally fair. No conflict of interest, simplifying the rating market. Designed by a PhD, serial founder, and top insurtech CEO. So after just 2 minutes, you can interpret the company's financial strengths instead of reading 200 pages of business reports. We're selling rating seals to the best companies to build consumer trust and strengthen their brands. Our competitors are the big three, Standard & Poor's, Moody's, and Fitch. They have a slow and expensive interactive process, and they are heavily biased to deliver good ratings to their paying customers. RealRate instead is fair, ethical, and unbiased. We are fully automated, having an explainable AI instead of human analysts. We create the ranking list first, and afterwards, just the best companies can subscribe to RealRate's seal of approval. We worked with billion-dollar companies and received raved reviews. RealRate is listed as one of the most promising German AI startups. We won the PyTorch AI Hackathon and have been titled Most Innovative Financial Ratings Provider. We are accelerated by Startup Bootcamp and GSD Ventures. My name is Holger Bartel, CEO of RealRate. Back to you, Marina. Thanks.
Perfect time and almost. So
okay.
Time for questions now. Any questions?
Dear
Okay,
John,
I'll go.
don't be shy.
Hi, Dr. here. So I have one question. So how do you avoid the black box effect that can make the AI transparent, AI reasoning transparent?
Yeah, that's the core of our software. You saw the colored graph. On the top, we put in the balance sheet data, and at the very bottom, we have the financial strengths. And you really can read the bullets in between. The green ones are strengths, and the red ones are weaknesses. So it's very easy to read and to understand.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
With which kind of data points do you work? Where does your data come from on which you put your intelligence on?
So we just use publicly available data from the published balance sheet reports. That's our approach. Then we can perform a rating over a whole industry, and that's a perfectly comparable benchmark. And afterwards, we can sell the seals to the best ones.
Your revenue comes from your, go ahead now.
No, go ahead, please.
Your revenue is generated by the companies, right?
Yeah, that's correct. It's a
so
B2B.
What ethical AI practices do you have to make sure you stay as fair and impartial as possible? eventually those customers are your top priority, not the rating, right?
Yeah, trust is a main topic. It's a B2B business. We're selling the seals to businesses, and they would put the seal on the very top of their website in order to build trust. And our means.
I'm asking about your ethical AI rules and governance you put into place that you know, and we all know that there isn't any funky business going on in the background.
Yeah, so we put in an expert model in order to be sure that there's no discrimination with respect to age, ethnics, or gender, or something like that. The model finally is validated and fitted to the data, and everything is totally transparent. All the formulas and all the explainability is shown publicly to everyone. So if someone doesn't like it, he can see it. That's our approach. And we developed the software. It took us 3 years, and now it's an award-winning software. So we won the PyTorch AI hackathon with more than 2,500 submissions, and we were quite happy to win it.
Okay, thank you so much. No questions? Okay.
One quick one. Sorry. In your team, is everybody German?
Yeah, we are a German team right now. Next step would be to go to the US, and we would like to have a sales expert from the US, indeed.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's move.
Are you going to do the job selection? Use the job selection software. Make sure you get the right non-German people on your staff.
So help is always appreciated. Otherwise, we would try it by ourselves. Yeah, thank you.
You can try it with job seekers, maybe.
Maybe, you're right. Thank you.
Okay, Lilia, the floor is yours.
So let's move. We have next participant. It's also artificial intelligence startup, and startup number 10. Please get ready. Yeah, I see a presentation. Works good.
Hello, my name is Davidas. I'm a co-founder of a medical device company called Ligence. And I remember that back in med school, I was told that people are usually afraid of dying from cancers. However, the statistics show that cardiovascular diseases is still the #1 killer in the world. In the European Union, we have over 6 million of new cases every year that cost our economy billions of euros. However, many of these diseases can be prevented with timely diagnosis, and the first method of choice here is the heart ultrasound imaging. Now take a look at this physician. She's holding a tiny little probe on a patient's chest, and then she gets these moving 2-dimensional images on a display of an ultrasound machine. The problem with this examination is that it takes from 30 to 90 minutes to complete, and it's mostly manual work, meaning that a physician must work a lot on those tiny keyboard buttons to make all of the measurements. A physician must have a very large expertise in the field, and the bottleneck here is that patients are forced to wait on average from 4 to 5 weeks in order to get admitted to a hospital for this exam. Now we have a solution. We're using a deep learning neural network that is capable of recognizing standard heart image views and then perform all of the required measurements without human input. So that allows us to complete the examination in 5 minutes instead of 30 minutes. We are integrating our solution into a picture archiving communicating systems that are basically large platforms where hospitals store, share, annotate, and view their images. We basically sell to hospitals, and however, our end users are cardiologists. We sign a 3-year contract, we charge for installation and a support fee. Now, speaking about our competitors, there are few of them. However, none of them are focusing on doing the full heart ultrasound exam protocol. We're focusing on doing the 100% of all the measurements there are in the protocol. We're a very recent startup. We just started last year, but we have quite some nice traction up to this point, having in mind we're a medical device company. So we have recently secured our pre-seed funding round of 360,000 euros. We're onboarding more and more hospitals to start trialing our software and start doing clinical trials with us. And later they will translate into paying customers. We have first customer in Australia, an Australian hospital. At the same time, we're integrating with more and more PACS vendors to give us a larger network of hospitals using those PACS systems. and we plan to have a regulatory approved device of class 2B next year on the second quarter. Meet our team. What is unique about us is that we're mostly comprised of medical doctors that had previous experience in various AI deep learning projects. And what is unique about us is we know pain points in the healthcare system and how to tackle them using AI. So thank you very much for that. I'd like to answer your questions.
Thanks. So that's perfect timing, and a lot of questions are waiting for you. Yeah?
I hope so.
I would love to go there. So before I go to the business model, I would like to understand, what is AI for you?
What is AI for me? It's basically a
just the description of your architecture, because AI is used so much, and there are so many companies that are saying, you know, they're AI and then they're not, etc. So I would like to go a bit deep into, what is it?
Okay, so yeah, I agree that's a very cliche. And basically what we do is a software that is trained to recognize different heart image views. So those are standard views. So it was quite basically easy to train a system to recognize those different image views, because it's the same as recognizing a tree from a dog. And then we train it to perform the measurements. So measurements are done based on different landmarks, anatomical landmarks. So this one is a bit tricky part, because you have to have a lot of data for that and a lot of labeled data.
And the data points are research driven, or the data points are black box driven?
It's research driven to the extent that we label those images, raw images ourselves. We have a team of cardiologists who do that. So it's.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can you say how big your training set is? That's often, for AI, that's often important.
Yeah, it's always expanding. So at this point, we have trained it with 300 different unique studies that makes around 400,000 different frames. But in the pipeline, we still have another 1,100 of patients waiting to be labeled and to be uploaded to our network.
Have you done any sort of test where you compare what the AI says with what a cardiologist says, you know, to find out, you know, is it 92% accurate, or, you know, some sort of accuracy rate?
Yeah, so we do that on a regular basis. So whenever we, this is a process called benchmarking. So whenever we upload new data, that data is already labeled by 5 different cardiologists. We see how network performs against those cardiologists. So up to this point, we managed to reach 90% accuracy when compared to those cardiologists.
90%, I see.
How many data points was that?
I'm sorry, yes?
How many data points for the 90% accuracy? Hundreds, thousands?
Only hundreds.
Okay.
300 different patients. So that is quite a small sample of data. So as I've said, there's another 1,100 waiting, and since we're increasing our capacities with the hospitals onboarding the solution, we're getting even more data.
Do you have an integration strategy with the rest of the?
Yes, please.
No, I was just thinking, I think that what you just said with regards to kind of partnering with the hospitals to really kind of fine tune it is probably of essence. Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
What's the plan there?
Can you please elaborate on the question?
How do you plan to improve upon the reliability, integrity, and the accuracy? There has to be some sort of project plan to get to thousands and then tens of thousands.
Yeah, how we do it is in our home country, we're signing data exchange agreements with most university and private hospitals, and they're quite okay with trialing the software and in exchange giving away their data. And there are several Dutch hospitals, that are starting, to onboard, and they're looking really forward to it because you have a need for such solutions. So basically everything goes, you sign a, bioethical approval to run a trial, and then you sign a data exchange agreement. What was
there's a Dutch investor on the panel. His name is Bas. You may want to talk to him.
Sure, thanks.
What accuracy rate would your customer want to see? I guess I would think it would be higher than 90. What do they want to see before they would buy?
You know, the funny thing with ultrasound is that two cardiologists assessing one same patient would get a discrepancy rate from 10 to 30%. So that means their measurements would differ from 10 to 30%. So that's quite a lot. And if you can make a system that has, you know, at least 10% difference from a cardiologist, I think it's okay. But, you know, our, you know, mission is to reach at least 95%. accuracy.
Are you saying you're going to tell the patient, I'm going to be 90% accurate, will you accept my results? And the patient is going to say yes?
No, definitely not, because our solution is only meant for cardiologists to validate the findings of the software. So we basically subtract the manual work, and what is left for a cardiologist is basically to check, okay, this annotation is not okay. I should fix it, you know, with a mouse, just a couple of pixels. This
Okay,
one's
thank you so much, but we have to move on. Please, you can keep going into chat. And then don't waste any questions.
It was a very hot topic, I should admit. Yeah, very hot topic. Yeah. So we all hear that listening.
Okay, so we're keep going with artificial intelligence startups. Startup Sia is getting ready. Christian, please.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christian. Our company's name is Sia, and we're based out of Panama, Central America. Our team has in-depth multinational experience with entrepreneurship, tech development, and international expansion in LATAM. These skill sets are key to commercialize and scale Sia's innovative technology during an era of digital transformation in LATAM. We're transforming workforce management in LATAM with a simple cloud-based solution for time and attendance, HR automation, and employee connectivity. Managing people in LATAM is hard, and we have lived it as business owners. Time and attendance of workers is a particularly laborious task. It is a mandatory process in order to pay employees, yet it's highly manual, prone to error, and subject to fraud. 33% of companies make payroll errors, and these errors account for 2 to 8% of payroll payouts. Currently, contact-based time and attendance solutions have been determined focal points of COVID-19 infections. Our solution is affordable and easy to deploy. Companies can install our app on generic tablets and mount them on walls for contactless timestamping, or employees can timestamp on their own devices. We consolidate the data on the cloud, use machine learning to process all calculations, and integrate with any third-party payroll software. Our current features include error-free data for payroll systems, contactless timestamping, leave management and task management, and employee connectivity. Our web app allows HR managers and supervisors to centralize data and automate HR processes. Our mobile app allows employees to interact with their employers in new ways, generating valuable data for companies to improve productivity. Our facial recognition is quick, 200 milliseconds to find 1 in 1 million faces. We're currently working on new features to further expand our services. CS Technology has won awards from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Google, and AWS startup programs. Our current traction is we have 16 paying customers in 2 countries. We process attendance data for payroll valued over $42 million yearly. With 3,500 employees onboarded, we're currently onboarding 5,000 new employees in the next 2 months, and we've grown 700% since Q1. Some of our mentionable clients are Banco Pichincha with over 100,000 employees in LATAM, Pandora with over 300 locations in LATAM, and LG with offices in all of LATAM. The market potential is huge. We interviewed more than 75 HR managers in 10 industries, and they all presented the same pain points. Companies in LATAM spend over 22 billion annually on workforce management solutions, and this does not include payroll errors or loss due to fraud. LATAM is huge, with a workforce of over 300 million people that timestamp daily, and it's twice the population of the United States, highly scalable, with 33 countries speaking Spanish, with the exception of Brazil. The competitive field is highly fragmented, from manual solutions, those lacking HR automation, and enterprise solutions currently offered are prohibitively expensive. Our go-to-market strategy is working with VARs, with large existing client portfolios, efficient digital campaigns for direct sales, and strategic alliances with payroll service providers. Our business model is software as a service, made for rapid and efficient scalability. We charge $350 US per employee per month. We want to democratize workforce solutions in order to be accessible to companies of all sizes. 90% of companies in LATAM are SMEs, which cannot afford currently offered enterprise solutions. We aim to onboard 1 million users in LATAM in the next 24 to 36 months. SIA costs a fraction of the competition and helps companies save money with error-free payroll data and automated HR productivity. A black swan scenario for innovative touchless solutions is erupting.
Time for questions.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm a bad cop. I will change time to time.
No, no worries.
I think your clock is a little faster than most clocks, but we'll let it go. Christian, this is a kick-ass presentation. You really made my day today. I really appreciate this. Tell me, my friend, are you rolling this directly, or are you rolling this as part of other enterprise class or small and medium class packages and software packages and what have you?
No, this is a turnkey solution that we want to offer companies of all sizes, especially we want to grow with our customers. So smaller clients can grow with us, larger clients can grow with us and migrate to more effective cloud-based solutions.
Do you integrate through APIs and with the rest of their softwares, all the other junk that they have to have?
Correct. We have a REST API module in order to integrate with their existing ERPs, payroll systems, CRMs, etc.
Okay. Is there any regulatory specs you comply with, or is that something we can take offline?
No, yes, we do meet regulatory standards. We have banks as clients, so we have to meet their security standards.
Okay, definitely talk to me. I got clients for you.
Thank you, Jordan. If anybody has any other questions, be happy to answer them.
Hi, Bas here from the Netherlands. Wondering, I invested in something similar as you have, but in Central Asia. You're not competitors so far, I guess. But I was wondering, we were doing this recognition through both face recognition or fingerprint. And then I noticed a similar business in the Netherlands that had a lot of problems regarding privacy. How are you handling that part of identification?
Okay, so privacy laws in Latin America are pretty slack, let's say, for the moment. But we firmly believe that facial recognition is the future in multiple industries, not just time and attendance. And there's a great potential with health. Since we capture the image of employees daily 4 to 6 times a day, we can actually run machine learning models to detect almost 11 emotions currently.
So do you not think that at some point it's going to be more tight and that you might that you have to pivot or really severely readapt your system? You get the GPRP.
I understand, yes, GPRP from Europe. I understand the question, but we feel that those systems will start being a little bit more relaxed, especially after COVID, considering that contact-based systems are highly prone to infection rates in the workplace.
I don't think, I think that would depend on governments globally, if you're going to be challenged with your system or not. Some governments will be, agreeing to you and some will disagree. So it will certainly, I think, be necessary to see how your system can also be for healthcare data to be protected, etc. If you just think of Europe, how complicated it becomes, right? Then you probably have some challenges, but wonderful work you're doing. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I concur with Daniela, Christian. Definitely leap ahead a year or two because you will face privacy issues. Get in front of it and get in front of it now. You're going to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. We have senior advisors from KPMG on our board that are helping us guide us through those situations.
Question on your facial recognition. Have you tested it? How accurate is it? Like for how many 100 people, how accurate is it?
For every 1,000 people, we have 99.67% accuracy. Currently, 97% accuracy with masks.
Thank you so much. And we have to finish
this
session. And I'm really excited to introduce the last participant, startup number 10, Hop Zero. I see that you are already with us.
Yes, and thank you for the opportunity to talk with everyone today. My name is Bill Alderson. I'm a computer network protocol analyst, and I've developed a way to limit how far data can travel on a computer network. What that means is we can keep your data inside the data center or inside the company by just changing a parameter. So our product basically discovers your attack surface, and then we set the attack surface at a smaller sphere of trust. And then we enforce that sphere of trust so that it cannot get out. But the machine does it itself. It's a self-limiting capability that keeps the data from going more than a certain number of routers. We call it sphere of trust. And the way that it works is it looks like this. This is our actual product that's fully developed. And we've spent $2.1 million on this development. And we show you on a map where your devices are on your inside network. Here's a 51st floor data center with your most valuable database. It's the criminal's target. Over here on the left coast, on the 3rd floor of the Transamerica building, is a user who just got phished. That means a hacker is in control. Now the hacker tries to break into the database. He sends a packet over. Here's where our technology limits how far that device can travel. It stops it. At that point, we are able to then send an alarm, letting the kill chain start to kill that bad guy. We stop server compromise, we alarm on the attempt, and we visualize all the locations, making it very easy for users to use and deploy. Our product essentially, if you have firewalls, data loss prevention, and signatures, you remember Capital One got compromised because of one firewall hole. Well, firewall holes, boom, you break through firewall, data loss prevention, you can sleep easy because our system stops your data from even leaving the data center, even if there's a hole in your security mechanism. We've got it patented here in the US, and we're working on Europe. It's been thought clever by the guy who invented the internet, Vint Cerf. We're now going to market and we're raising money. I sent it in the chat about what we're doing, but we fully built this product. We just got the patent and off we go. We do have hockey stick. Most of that hockey stick is over in the far right-hand corner. We can license our technology to Cisco, Fortinet, Checkpoint.
Yeah, Bill, your time is up. Just finish the last phrase, please.
Okay, very good. So we believe that sensitive data belongs on a leash. Questions?
Thanks.
Is it if you would come to Europe, is it American linked, continent linked, or can it be de-linked? You know,
it can be used anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, we're working with 3,000 retail stores in the Netherlands and Europe right now to put our technology in to protect all their stores.
Okay, I would love to speak to you, please. I'm in Switzerland. Thank you.
Yes.
Great. Any more questions? Still we have time. Amazing questions for Bill.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you in the ether sometime in another place and time.
Well, guess we reached the point where the main role is to our judges. Startups did everything they could. Great pitches, guys. You survived doing it twice with the sun going up over Asia, Europe, and now we are in the Americas. Okay, you have 2 minutes sharp to finish your voting. If you need to change any marks, you can do it right now, because in 2 minutes, we will be closing the votes and we will know who is the winner in each category. And I would like to remind you that we have FinTech, Health Tech, AI, and category called General, where we gathered extraordinary startups and all other industries. Okay, judges, please do that. Please make sure that you have put marks to all the startups that you have heard today evaluating their investment potential. Alexander, how did you do? Did you put marks to everyone?
I really put marks in the first section. So
did you change them in the second one?
Not really. Not really. You know, you should be tough. So if you decided that this startup earned this mark, so Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
But I'm joking, of course.
How did you do?
Sorry?
Yeah, I was asking Jordan now.
No, I changed it every 5 minutes. I would select a different number. When somebody comes in, he has a better, I lower the score. If Marcelo face is going weird, I would change the score. I was just doing human intelligence all the way through.
Oh, okay. You can stop right now because we have, wow, we have 10 seconds left before we are closing the vote. Yes, yes, hands up. Yes, hands off the buttons.
Everybody hands off the keyboard.
Okay. We will know in a second who the winner is. And I will refresh my page and will show you live. You will see at our event page. All the marks will be published. All the information will be disclosed. And we will know who are those great guys who outperformed their competitors, right? It's probably hard to pitch in the middle of the night, but sometimes
It's not fair, really.
What, staying up in the middle of the night?
Yes.
Okay. I remember that phrase. Next time we'll do the finals all the day long. Getting up in the middle of the night. Like, okay. Girls, do we have the results published? I don't see. Okay. Now I see it. Hold on a second. You will know everything in just a second. I'll do a couple simple things. Okay, share my screen. Okay. Do you see what I see?
We do.
So, in AI section, the winner is Lero Robotics. Congratulations to the winner.
Bravo, Lero.
Bravo, Lero.
Yeah, it's good.
Congratulations.
Perfect timing. The sun is just rising here as well in Brisbane. Thanks for that.
You see, yeah, wow. In health tech category, Red Wave Technologies, way to go. Wonderful. You were worrying about the scores. No worries more. You're the winner.
Absolute winner, yeah. And?
In the category general, we have WebGap. WebGap, congratulations.
Great.
And FinTech, Money Verbs.
Yeah!
Wonderful. And
Isaiah rocks. Rocket Isaiah. Yes, man.
And the ultimate winner who got the most is Lyra Robotics, AI.
Bravo.
Woo! Bravo.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Australia rocks today.
Yay.
Go Australia. But for the
Really
record,
worth staying up the whole night. Thank you.
3 out of 4 were Americans, so go USA! Yay!
You knew that. Okay, let's talk a little bit. Alexander, Jordan, Bas, Subrata, Daniela, Jim, everyone, Marcelo, Miguel, did results surprise you, or you?
Yes, of course, because Australia is really far away.
I don't go in there for offline battle.
Or?
Well, I'm partially proud. I lived for 3.5 years in Sydney, so I feel a bit connected. Cool stuff.
That counts.
Good. That's great.
They were really, really good companies. Honestly, setting aside everything, there was several solid companies. It was really tough to say who I think would make it to the surface. So I don't want to say surprised, but it's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Very good companies. Very good companies.
Okay, good job, Anna, for a great season. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Jordan.
No, well done, really well done to the entire team, Startup Network. It's absolutely fantastic, really. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pretty. I'm nothing without my girls. They are really wonderful, going into all the VC and startup communities, finding the best solutions they are and bringing them to show you, our great judges. We really appreciate your help, because like, how would you evaluate the startups if you were not putting your marks? And you are doing really great job. We will publish the whole event at our YouTube channel. You can watch it. You will get the follow-up letter with all the links. If you need any special interest, dear startups, dear judges, please ask us. We will do this favor for you with pleasure. And I would really encourage you to join us for the next season. We will have the update in just a couple of weeks. Next season will be even more exciting. I will not disclose you all the secrets, but you surely will be surprised. Okay.
You sound like The Bachelor. You know, every season is even more exciting than the next one. You know, more exciting than the next one. Slow it down a little bit. We can't take so much excitement.
Isn't this season better than the previous one? I like this one better, right?
You're challenging us every time. That's good. We need to get better each time.
Okay.
It's been a great day for everyone. Congratulations to all the winners, and congratulations to Team Startup Network. It's always a pleasure being here. And yeah, it's been a long day. It's actually been one of the most longest days that I've been part of something. But yeah, I think it's worth it. It's really worth it.
Thank you, Mike Kevin, for staying with us. Yes, you did wonderful job. Thank you, startups. You really did great job. You're all winners of the preliminary unicorn battles. You have come a long way to be here. And congratulations.
And I would like to jump in with one idea, if not to challenge only our startups, but juries for the next season, to surprise and excite them more. I personally am looking forward for the special category for the most active jury of the unicorn battle.
We need to give stars for the judges. Yeah.
Gordon is going to win today.
So guys, Startup Network, you guys do great work. What can we as investors and judges do for you guys as a group? What things should we do between now and the next time you have the event? How can we support you better?
You can, thank you for this great question. You can always support us by being more active, joining us, helping us to put the right scores to the right startups, like promoting our event, helping us.
And sharing on social networks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, you're really good. I don't want to end it, but I'm looking at the clock, and it has been already 10 hours that I'm on the air. I really love you all. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, my team, for doing such a great job. Thank you, startups.
Thank you so much.
Winners.
Great event. Great event.
Congratulations.
Thanks, everybody.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Stay safe, everyone.
Bye-bye. Stay safe. Good morning everywhere. Good night.
Yeah, see
Bye.
you more.